Hello, everybody. My name is Damon Van He. My pronouns are he, him, and today we are going to be playing The Crowned. This is a game that I made where you get to play a god of some itty bitty sliver of reality, and then I get to torture you for your decisions. Um, Sean has been nice enough to let me take over his channel. I have been told there is no structure, so I'm going to make it up as I go along. First off, I would like to start with some player introductions. Since it is your channel here, Sean, thank you for having us. Why don't you go first?
Sure. Yes, hello everyone. My name is Sean. I use he, him pronouns, and you can find me all across the internet at Help Action Needed. Popcorn Mika.
Hi, I'm Mika. I'm a Brazilian American AP streamer, performer, and producer director Roll D5. And I also remember that time we kissed behind the bleachers. And I hope you do too.
I do.
Because I meant a lot. And this is Baxter. He didn't like that. Popcorn to Gloria.
Gloria, Glow Pink's Charm Party. I have been a content creator for too long. And also, my pronouns are she, her. And I am going to be playing Chance today. I don't know if we were saying that, but that's where my mind went.
I like that you're excited.
I am. I'm really
We'll,
excited.
we'll do it eventually, yeah.
Yay. Yuri!
I was waiting for you to call on me being all patient. But hello, everyone. My name is Yuri. That is Y-U-R-I, pronouns she, they. I am a Mexican and native TTRPG performer. You can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere on the internet.
Wonderful. Thanks, everybody. And thanks for playing in this game. It's a weird game. I know it's a new system for almost all of you. It's a new setting, everything like that. So if we have any questions along the way, please just shout them out. I will do my best to explain them. But otherwise, let's just get into some things. So our main setting for this game is called the Shining Garden. It is a vast urban sprawl that sits atop a disc that is balanced very precariously on a little metal elevator shaft a couple of miles over the ocean. It is where the majority of the gods in the world live. There are millions of gods that live here in this city. There are millions and millions of humans that live among you as well. There's also a race of folks called the Fetchborn, which are created by Fetch, the god of gods, the god of crowns and divinity itself. They are his children, kind of wander about the city doing, regular citizen stuff. The thing about Fetchborn is they cannot be imbued with divinity like you all are. So the four of you are playing gods. We've made characters at this point, and we are going to be beginning our adventure today in a district called Morgantown. Morgantown in the Shining Garden is the most densely packed with people. There are towers that reach hundreds of stories into the sky. We're talking capital T towers. They have entire cities and communities within them. There are families that sometimes never leave. There's generation after generation that live within the towers. And structurally, the way the city is set up is Fetch lives at the very center of the city. He is the one that has imbued all of you with your divinity. He plucked you from humanity, chose you for reasons he likely did not explain, and chose also what you are the god of and which among the ruling pantheon you are bonded to. That bonded pairing is between you and a member of the Clade. The Clade, like I said, 10 ruling gods of this city. They are to you in power level as you are to humans in power level. So they are gods of such strength that their purview grows out of their heads into crowns, which is where this game gets its name. Most of them are weird, and they might show up and they might mess with your lives a little bit. They all live in the city, so it's a fun plot device whenever I get to do that. Tower 25, though, is where our first player lives. Emrys, tell me about your character.
Emrys is a girl that, for the most part, looks fairly normal. She has silver hair and she still wears normal clothes. a flowy, oversized white cardigan. Looks soft like clouds, and underneath a pink shirt of fabric that looks like it shifts colors under the sun. Every time she moves, it goes from pink to silver to gold. And some very wide and comfortable baby blue cotton pants. And you wouldn't notice she is any different, but she has a small circlet on her head that looks to be handmade. It looks like somebody grabbed a couple of wires and metals and very lovingly twisted them together. That's the only thing that looks different about her. Except obviously when you get close enough, you can feel that she's not normal at all.
And what is your purview and your bond?
Emrys is the god of gravity, and she is very confusedly bonded with Fetch. She doesn't know why. I don't think she's ever even heard him speak, except for at the festivals where he speaks to everyone.
Yeah, I'm very excited for you to play Gravity. It's so weird. Yeah, I'm stoked. Okay, so I think for sake of the plot, everyone is here with you today in your tower. I think we're going to begin in your sanctum. Please, Emrys, describe to me what your sanctum is like.
Yes, so in Morgantown, in Tower 25, just one of the many towers where all of these people live in communities, is a balcony that was turned into a garden that looks a lot more like a park just because there are so many people here. There's a lot of children and a very nice fountain in the middle. And she is probably by the railing, overlooking just the fall off down into hundreds of floors below.
Yeah, the towers in Morgantown, they are an expression of humanity. The higher you get, you start seeing more non-divine establishments. Not that the people here are necessarily anti-divinity, but there's just more community and more pride in building your own things, growing your own food, like trading with your friends and your family, things like that, rather than relying on the benefits that the gods provide to the rest of the populace a bit lower to the ground. In the Shining Garden, it is a sign of wealth and establishment the closer you are to the ground. So Morgantown being high up in the clouds, up where the air gets thin at times, depending on the height of the tower, you start to see fewer and fewer established families, like less generational wealth, things like that. Not necessarily poverty up here, but it's just a more self-sufficiency.
I think everyone expected her to go live further below when she turned into a god, but she really didn't want to leave her family behind, and so she stayed up in the towers, even though that's probably not very normal for most gods.
Yeah, I like that you stayed. It's good. And the community likes having a patron nearby. I think often you are treated like that, which is perhaps a bit uncomfortable at the beginning of things for friends and even family to just immediately change their perception of you. You had people bowing, you had people refusing to look you in the eyes, like people that you had grown up with, friends, schoolmates, everything like that. They had rather quickly changed perception, not in a disrespectful way, the opposite even. It was definitely a sign of reverence, which may or may not have been your jam at the time, but it certainly continued even to today. And I think at some point you likely stopped trying to make them stop. But with you today, we also have Story. Story, tell me about your character.
Yeah. So Story is the god of story. He is indeterminately old. Does not remember when he was a human. Does not see the joy and bond with those like Emrys does, but is kind. Has like a sunkenness to their eyes. Always wears like a sweater that you would wear if you were curling up on a couch with a fireplace and some tea. Um, but is also very aware that stories are changing and is not sure exactly what they need to be doing in any given moment, which is why they're bonded with Outcast. Their position is kind of lost, and so I imagine at some point Fetch needed them, then Neil needed them, then everyone needed them, and then they were like, "You go over there until we need you again." So he's currently bonded with Outcast. Around him, like almost like a little like text in the air, are the stories overlapping throughout time. Like someone is reading Frankenstein, somebody is reading the Odyssey, somebody is just writing their own, and all of them are echoing right around his head. And any of the poor Morgantown residents walking past him are forced to narrate their own life stories when they're in proximity to him. So probably not looked at with the same generosity and reverence as Emrys is, but very excited to see where you're from as you're the newest of our group, and we get to see who Emrys is doing. So yeah, just a generally like old-ish looking man, like late 50s, but not quite like old presenting, just in a comfy sweater, walking up to wherever you are.
Wonderful. Chance, I want to hear about your character.
Chance. She has split dyed hair. Well, it would be split dyed, but it's actually just how her hair is. One side is white, one side is black. Her outfit is not cozy whatsoever. It is a off-shoulder dress with long sleeves, and it's black with white fabric also at the skirt. She is she's very much very aware of her surroundings at all times, because she wants to see what's gonna happen next. She also is with the group, but she's overlooking to see people playing chess together and seeing if she could potentially manipulate maybe a couple of them to do some moves, but is also holding back from doing that. But she is bonded um, to Rhyme, and very much loves the idea of good and bad, and like whatever the outcome is going to be, she's waiting to celebrate whatever happens. She is also just uncomfortable being around this many people, and that's her.
I love Rhyme. Rhyme is my favorite. Spoilers. Yeah. All right, Folly, you too are here.
Yes, so Folly, who sometimes goes by Lemon because he's referred to as a lemon or a dud. He's the dud. The dud abides. Today is wearing like a nice little cowboy shirt. That way he can, when he gives bad advice, he can just dramatically rip it open, put his hands on his hips and say, "Now look here. All right, self-love is the highest form of love. So what you really need to do is buy that shirt you can't afford, because who knows how long it's going to be there, okay? If you like it, then it's probably important. You should, no, you should do it. No, it'll be fine. No, I can't lend you any money. I'm sorry. I don't carry cash on me. Good luck with that." And he, often wears these pink heart-shaped glasses, and, he'll make it your problem sometimes. By making your problem, he won't make it your problem. He just really likes them. And on this day, every so often, he glances over at Chance, because he's got this kind of little... rivalry is the wrong word, but there's this kind of Kill Bill. You go into the eyes, the da-da. Almost every single time he looks over at Chance. It's potentially just like a one-sided thing. Who knows? It's not important. He doesn't think it's important. His domain... bleh. if I can get this to. It's the High Life. This nice little bar in Tower 73 where, the floor is mesh so you can look down below on everyone who's not as cool as you. The one downside is that when it's windy, you kind of messes up your hair. You have to hold on to your hat. But that's fine. It's all fine.
And you are the oldest of the group, I believe.
Yes, Folly is one of the oldest offspring. I think about 8,000 years old. The child of Plutus, the god of wealth, and a nymph named Youth. They had a drunken one-night stand, and as with most gods, anyone can give birth, and so Folly burst out of the head of Plutus, and that's how he was born. And immediately they thought, ooh, this was a mistake, and he was just kind of shoved off to the side to live his life.
Emrys, where did we land? 100? Is that thereabouts for your age?
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious as to your thoughts on the fact that these three quite elder gods, not necessarily in power, but definitely in duration, adopting you, as it were, following you around a little bit, checking in, seeing what you've been up to.
She is so grateful. Honestly, so grateful. She was a normal girl in her early 20s when it happened. And she had lived her entire life in this tower in Morgantown. She had been down maybe once or twice for a really big festival, and that's it. Her whole life is here. Everything she knew is here. And like you said, up in these towers, people have a sense of community and aren't as attached to the gods as people below are. And so she hadn't really seen many gods doing their thing. They appear because they don't really come up here very often, even though there's so many of them. And being given such a large, very wide encompassing purview, she was very confused. She was very lost. There was a couple of moments of just panic. And after she wasn't given to one of the crowned to be bonded to, but instead kept by Fetch, there was more panic because she felt like that wasn't a burden necessarily, but there were things that were expected of her. And like we said, I was making this character, it felt like someone who has no knowledge and should have 100% been an intern just sort of shoved up into middle management. And so when these much older gods came poking around to see who had taken Gravity's purview, and then started showing her some things and making the transition a little easier, she was ever so grateful. And whether they regret meddling in her affairs or not, she doesn't know, and she doesn't really care. She can't really tell anyways.
Yeah, same question for the rest of the group, actually. What are your thoughts on having Emrys around?
Good for her. She got very lucky. We're definitely the best people you could be around.
Chance.
Yeah, we're the best influences.
Chance was so excited that there is a new person around to watch over. Good or bad?
Story's very excited to see where it goes. It's not often that a human becomes such an important figure and replaces such an old deity, and is just a little ashamed, not ashamed, but apologetic that these two companions are the other who caught their interest, knowing that, for better or worse, the story of Emrys is going to be far more interesting with these two around. And we're all going to see where it goes. If it ends up in one of us throwing each other or her off the ring, oh well.
Chance will never let that happen.
Folly will egg you on.
It's going to be just a mess, the four of you together, and I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, so I think we're going to start with a festival. Morgantown and even smaller, each individual tower, they are very... they're a festival-heavy people. They're always looking for an excuse to have a good time, throw a party, spend some time meeting the neighbors, seeing what's going on, all of those things. And I think that the festival that Tower 25 is having is going to be for whatever Emrys's favorite color is.
Oh no. Silver, probably.
It is a silver festival then. We have silver streamers. People have been like bedazzling jumpsuits. Hair is getting spray painted. All manner of things. There's glitter getting mixed into drinks, everything like that. The tower, like I said, they adore you. They're so proud of you, and they are happy that you remained with them to look after them, to take care of them. And so they do want to show their appreciation whenever they have the opportunity. And so I think today is probably the anniversary of your divinity. And they have decided to have a silver festival in your honor. So it is taking place near your sanctum. They are respectful not to go in it. The children run in all the time. I think they're probably a little harder to control, and there's a lot of them. But the grown-ups, without invitation, will respectfully stay on the edges because it is your seat of power, and it could be seen as intrusive for them to cross it to it.
I think she has told them multiple times that it's okay because this was a public space and she wants it to remain that way. And every time the children run in and the parents are trying to wrangle them out, she's like, no, it's okay. Leave them here. I'll play with them.
I think they listen probably a third of the time, and the rest is just like, I don't know. I feel weird going into a god sanctum, so I'm just going to stay out here. The kids can play. I have a whistle. I'll call them back, whatever. The towers in Morgantown also tend to have the higher you go, the more extreme this gets. They tend to be more open to the wind and the elements, only because that helps prevent the sway of the tower itself. All manner of things. The towers were conjured. I mean, most of the city was conjured by Capital, who is the crowned god of infrastructure and cities and humanity itself and things like that. And so they're not going to topple, but they do get a little shaky when the wind is kicking up. So they tend to be more open to the elements. So there's a lot of balconies, open windows, doors with lined up on either end, so hallways, you get little wind tunnels that come through. And there is a lot of open air within the tower itself. So you'll have areas that you come into that the ceiling will be 10, 15 stories above where you are. We'll have gardens that are built within inside the structure and, mirrors set up for in case it's too cloudy or not, rain catchers, all sorts of things to ensure the success of the people that live here. But I think that today is a mildly windy day, nothing too bad. It's just enough to make all of the streamers kick up and the light reflects off of all of them. The area around your sanctum there's a shopping area in here. We're in one of the open area spots where we've got 5 or 6 stories of clearance above us, but it's kind of like a tiered shopping mall around here. Nothing too corporate here. It's mostly people that live within the tower that have their own stores here, but that's the best analogy for it. And the festival has anything that the it doubles as a farmer's market as well. Like nobody's really selling things because it is a special day, but it is an opportunity for the neighbors to come out and at least hand out some samples, trade a little bit, do some bartering, but it's not intended to be like a go to the mall kind of day. It is a special day for you, Emrys. And I think we're gonna start with just a dice roll. I know it's a new games and mechanics for everyone here, so let's give it a try. We're gonna do so the Crown is a d6 dice pool system where you build that dice pool, typically taking a stat that you have, adding it to a skill that you have, and you roll that many dice. The thing that I enjoy about this is because the players can play like whatever god they want. Dice rolls are going to be different for each player potentially, which sounds like it could be bad. It actually works really well for the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for a roll, and if you think that your character would genuinely do this roll a different way, please bring it up. Like I'm probably going to say yes. So if I'm picking something that just does not make sense for your character, let me know. There's probably something different that we can go with. So for this, I really just want to start with a basic perception check, which is a thing that I always do with a brains plus notice. Just as a base level, look around, see what you got. And so you would take whatever number you have in brains, add it to whatever number you have in notice, and that's how many d6s you roll. And in this game, 5s and 6s count as successes, and 6s explode indefinitely. If you keep rolling 6s, they keep exploding forever and ever and ever because you're gods. And so it's often very easy with the dice to exceed your dice pool. So in this case, this is kind of a hard one to open up with, but we're going to need 4 successes on this.
Ooh. Here we go.
I failed.
I got 2
Hey.
ones. And
I got
Hey.
2 2s.
I got a 5, 2, and a 3.
I got a
Great.
1,
All right.
2, and 2 threes.
Gangbusters,
Nobody
everybody.
passed.
Good job. Good
Hold on,
job.
let me see if I've
Yeah.
got anything to.
Yeah. All right.
It's such a good celebration.
It's a very good celebration. It's noisy. There's a lot of, it's a very percussive celebration. There's a lot of makeshift drums that have been built and brought out. There are horns. There's a decent sized gather. I don't want to call it a parade. Well, a processional. That's a much better word. There's a processional that's kind of wandering around the mall area. Generally, everybody is having a rather good time. But as the day is going by, and Emrys, you have people coming up to you constantly. It's mostly children. I think the children are the bravest around you. There are. Did you, as a side question, did you take any dearly devoted wonders?
I did. I took both the tier 1 and the tier 2 dearly devoted.
Tell me about your followers. Do you think that is there a structure to their worship for you, or is it just who is around you in the neighborhood?
I think a lot of it, it started off as her family and friends, because she has always been very extroverted and talkative and made a lot of friends while she was a normal human. And so they were the first to sort of lift her up and do what they could for her. And that extended then to their families. And now, 100 years later, most of her most devoted worshippers are the descendants of the people that used to be her friends. So all of the families that live the closest to where her family lived when she was a human, where she actually still lives. So those couple of floors around her.
Yeah. And in fact, it is one of these descendants that approaches you now in your sanctum. You know her well. Her name is Sabrina. Most people call her Savvy, though. She's a 14-year-old girl, and she is the great granddaughter of one of your childhood friends that you knew from school. And so this is a family that that you have watched grow and shrink and die and be born over the years. But Sabby has been one to spend a good amount of time in your sanctum, in your park here, out on the balcony. She's a very bold girl, um, and you haven't seen. She doesn't get rattled often. She's the type to take care of the younger kids and even take care of some of the older kids. But she comes up to you in the middle of this festival, and it's a little hard to hear what she is saying, but her eyes are rimmed red, and it's clear that she is scared and has been crying. Um, and she just is a she does look you in the eye. A lot of humans will not look gods in the eye. It's a very unnerving thing. It genuinely gives them the shivers. But she is like I said, she's bold and she likes you, and she comes up and bows, gives a very very tiny bow to you, um, and then just looks at you and says, Emrys, I um, I know it's your day. Can you help, anyways?
What is wrong?
Something has grabbed my grandmother, and
Grabbed? Is she ill? Or
it's a bunch of people maybe have grabbed her, but
people?
they looked weird and they were screaming. Could I show you, please?
Yes.
Okay.
She actually, sometimes to their amusement, but many times to the chagrin of her god friends, has a wonder that she gained from being tied to Fetch, which lets her bind herself to them and allows her to speak telepathically into their mind, and they can do nothing about it unless they actively use magic to stop her, which is honestly a lot of the time more trouble than it's worth, because she does that almost daily now. And seeing this girl, she immediately calls for them, and they hear in their mind, "Hello, hope you're enjoying the party, I guess. I think we have a problem. I hope it's none of your followers, but it sounds like a cult of some kind took a girl's grandmother. I'm following her now."
A cult.
And that literally takes her no more than a split second as she is looking and listening to this girl.
Yeah.
Please
Sabby
take me.
takes off running. As soon as you say go, she takes off. And you can tell right away. I mean, you know this area incredibly well. She's running back towards her own home.
Yeah.
She lives with her grandmother.
Yeah, and Emrys would know exactly where that is.
Mhm.
Emrys also doesn't touch the ground when she walks. She hovers ever so slightly above, as she still mimics the motion
Yeah, you
of
still do the leg thing?
running. I do. As she takes off behind her.
Do the others, I assume, follow?
Follow
them.
and Story would like to send his familiar, which is a tiny little bat, ahead to see like if it can get there faster than he can, because he's gonna take his time getting there. Everyone has problems. Everyone's always in peril. Oh no, yeah, whatever. But we'll send the bat up ahead, and within a mile, I imagine this apartment's not more than a mile from the festival center, and see if he can see through the bat first what's happening.
Does your familiar just look like a regular bat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bat.
Yeah.
Chance is currently hovering over two people playing chess and is trying to make eye contact with each of them, but they keep looking away. Just like, what move are you gonna do next? I think this one's winning.
Seeing
Good.
Chance do this, I'm going to use Whisper.
Okay.
and send it to the two chess players. Like, first one, like, hey, you should move your queen over there. No, don't worry. Don't. No, I mean, if you want to win, that's
Chance,
probably
you're,
where you should go. And then, like, to the other one, like, he's definitely going to move his queen over there.
Chance, you're watching these two players. Every time you ask them a question, they answer immediately, even if it's about what they are thinking or what their plans are or anything. They are very clearly terrified to not do what you say, or or not. Sorry, they're terrified to come off as disrespectful or anything. So it is
Are you cheating on your wife?
no.
What?
Have you ever wanted to
A
kill someone?
question?
Answer me.
Yes, I have.
This person?
What was that question?
This person? You want to kill this person?
No.
Okay. And then gets the
Do
note.
I have to tell you who?
Yes.
It was an old boss of mine. I thought he was skimming my checks, so I didn't. Obviously, I didn't. You have to know that I didn't. But,
If you
I just
really,
think he's a jerk.
if you really appreciated yourself, you would have done it.
Oh,
It takes a lot of courage to do something like that. I would consider it. I have to go now. And she goes.
the two chess players just lock eyes, and just game frozen.
And she saunters over, probably wearing the most obnoxious dress in this very wholesome park. Just saunters out and is looking for Story on the way out. Does she see him?
Yeah, he's not hard to spot. Quite literally, mechanically, not hard to find. But also, like, probably the only person wearing like very comfy autumnal clothes in this park. As he's just like very slowly making his way, stopping, looking at things happening, not intervening in the way you are, but notating, like, that was an interesting choice, or okay, or as he's passing all these people and they have to start narrating, not out of fear or respect, but literally his purview makes them say what they're thinking and their life story. If he finds one particularly interesting, will like just sit next to them for longer than he should to make them keep telling him their story. And he's got his bat familiar. It will tell him what he needs to know. He can get there at any speed to be fully caught up.
Yeah, I think at one point you've even stumbled across, and this. Let's see how you think about this. You've stumbled across a writer who thinks they're good, and they are not. But they are, in fact, thinking about their book, and it is some drivel that they are just reciting out loud. They're typing in a different spot in the book, but they are still, they're thinking about characters and plot formats and outlines and things, and it's not going to sell well.
Okay. I have met both of these writers, which is why I'm asking the clarifying question. Is it that they are a bad writer who thinks they are good because they believe in themselves, or are they a bad writer who thinks they're good because they don't know what good writing is?
It's the latter. Yeah, they think that they're good. They proudly proclaim to not read a lot. And because that would take time away from their own writing if they were reading something else, so they spend their time writing things that other people should read.
Yeah,
I think
they do.
over
Whisper, because
Sorry,
I
go ahead.
also have Whisper. I'm just going to start telling them what the next line should be. That thing of like when you're trying to talk and type at the same time and you can't do both. Like just making the book nonsensical, just whispering that only they can hear the next line, and it's gonna just devolve into like an even worse surrealist novel where the plot thread is gone and there's nothing that will make it work. Kind of as like you are so bad at this, you're dishonoring me. I'm going to make it so you're not known by making this book so bad.
Can I see that you're doing that?
I would imagine.
I would like to walk up to the person who's writing, and I would like to take the book from them and read through it and go, knows exactly what Story's up to. And just winks at him and hands the book back and says, You're going to sell millions. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I can't. Oh, wonderful.
Thank you for the blessing. Can I use that as a blurb?
Oh yes, you can say that. Folly, is giving you this review. And
Speaking of Folly,
wait, hold on, wait. Hold on, I have something. One moment.
You guys are menaces. I love this plan of just sending the familiars after the plot and then just terrorizing other
I'm
people
on
at
the
a
way.
party.
I'm on the way.
They
I'm
are
also
bullying
on the
my
way.
followers. Okay.
but
Any truly divine means. Okay, so
Bully
I have
your own followers.
Listen,
I
nobody
have-
rushes when you're over 2,000 years old. It's just
Yeah.
strolls everywhere.
I have divine secrecy, so it's nearly impossible for people to know that I'm a god, right? Unless I want them to know. Like I have level 3 in that, or tier 3.
Oh yeah, that's very high. If that's a thing that so it actively prevents. So there's a little double-sidedness to this wonder, which is maybe perfect for you. Is divine secrecy prevents people that are actively trying to spy on you or see you or scry on you or know, anything like that. It gives them very sharp penalties to the role that they have to make.
Okay.
But what's your presence?
2.
There's a little shift that happens when you're dealing with humans.
Okay.
And humans can always kind of feel that you're a god.
Yeah.
I think it's a thing that if you want to turn your divine secrecy on for the humans, that works just fine. By default, it applies to other gods that are trying to spy.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, but you can also, whenever you want, you can just like bring it up and expand that so it covers everything around. But humans can usually tell you're a god anyways. If you had a presence of 0, we might be able to get away with it, but it's just you bring a lot of power to the table, and you've been around for a very long time.
And also,
and humans,
I'm not wearing comfy autumn festival clothes.
Yeah, there's no silver anywhere, so you already stand out. And then just the lizard brain portion of all of the regular people around you just know that you're all predators, effectively, like in the biological sense. So they very much feel scared a lot of the time. That's a very easy default for people is terror.
Love it. Yes, and as being tied to someone whose one of their like tags is fear, I just love this for me.
Yeah. Rhyme loves it for you too.
So if you're done with that, I think one of Folly's familiars is on this guy's shoulder. He looks like Sufjan Stevens circa Age of Odds tour, and is just sitting there like one leg over the other, and just whispers, "You don't need anyone else's opinion on this. Okay, it will poison your mind and make you, quite frankly, unoriginal, because you'll start taking other people's ideas, and you don't want to be accused of that. Okay?
I'm so confused now. Whose ideas am I listening to? Whose am I not? The story is I don't remember typing this line, but it's there. So that's a
No, you're being influenced right there, and that's bad. Maybe you should just close the book, close your laptop right now, and just take a moment to breathe. Okay? Just think your own thoughts, as terrible as they could be. If they're good to you,
terrible anyway.
If they're good to you, they'll probably be good to everyone else, or at least someone, you know.
So am I closing it?
No.
He's like, oh god.
Don't close it.
No.
Keep writing.
He's typing and like shutting on his hand and just like very clearly trying to please 3 separate narratives at the same time. He's just really doing his best.
You can't get far in life without a little bit of courage. You really can't. You have
No,
to be
don't
brave.
listen.
You
Don't listen
ha-
to her.
Mm.
No.
If you should
Do
listen
what's
to
in your
anyone, it
heart.
should be me. And your heart is listening to me.
Boy, all right.
No, your heart
he
should listen
closes
to
his
itself.
laptop and he stands up and he just like turns and starts walking away, abandoning his notes, his prior book that's sitting right there, which has a huge. The cover is just his headshot. It's on the cover. And
You should buy yourself a little treat.
Walks off the other direction and then turns to go buy a tree.
Yeah.
He's gonna buy
Can I
a tree.
pick up his headshot?
Mm-hmm.
I want to just start writing on it. The treat is not as good as he thinks it's going to be. The sale is not actually happening. It's an upcharge day in honor of Emrys. Trips on the way home and breaks the laptop. The book can never be published.
Story.
Dope. Wild.
He was offending me with his simple existence.
I understand.
I was kind. We should also probably go find this,
I was
wherever
on the
Emrys
way.
ran off to.
I was
Yeah,
on the
Folly's-
way.
Folly's been following the whole time. It's just one of his two familiars that was there.
Okay,
This is the
so
worst.
Emrys and two. So we know Stories looks like a bat. So Emrys and a bat. And what does your second familiar look like, Folly?
You'll have to find out.
What do you
They're-
mean?
They're both bodacious boys,
Lovely.
Bodacious.
Yeah, they're
Emrys?
bodacious. They've got like legs like tree trunks.
Okay.
And then just a head on top. Just
Yeah,
legs and a head.
yeah. And then also like they've got again like Sufjan Stevens circa Age of Odds tour, like the brightly colored electrical tape, some wings that aren't actual wings. They're like put on wing. I've got an
Right.
example, but yeah, that's them.
So Emrys, a normal bat, and a bodacious boy make it to the home of this old lady.
Yes. And everyone else
Folly.
is strolling behind. Or Folly, you keeping up? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Folly's keeping up. He
Um,
trusts his familiars to do his work for him.
So, Sabrina does not live particularly far from the festival. She's only, a couple of blocks away from here. She's even on the same floor, which is nice. Sometimes in Morgantown, you can't really access an elevator. You really need to. There's a lot of stairs and ramps. Sometimes you go outside. You'll use balconies. There's weird fire escapes and things. It gets more convoluted the higher you go, which serves both as a sign of, like, if you know your way around, you're supposed to be there. And if you have found where you need to be, nobody's going to bother you about it because you were able to find your way there. But then it also kind of doubles as protection. Should anything try and come up this way, it's going to be hard for them to find where they need to be, or what have you. But you know your way around quite well. It's easy to get to this stretch of apartments. But before you're perhaps halfway there when you start to hear screaming. It is at least 2 dozen people all screaming at the same time. They are calling out for help. They're calling out apologies. There's a lot of apologies that you're hearing. There's a lot of like, I don't know what's going on. I can't stop this. And then there's shouts of pain and yelling. You're on mute.
I think one of the first things that maybe Chance told her is the fact that she doesn't, at least at the very beginning, definitely did not carry herself like a god, has gotten so much better at it, tries to emulate the way Chance sort of like saunters. She also at some point, Chance was like, gods don't run, stop that. Because she likes to make herself sort of weightless and bounce around. She's like, gods don't bounce around, like only in special occasions type of thing. And she completely drops that and starts straight up running. Yeah, she runs. These are her people. And this is something that has, I don't think, ever happened before. Like, she's been brought hurt people, even though they know she's not a healing god. But never anything like this.
Yeah, so you and the crew you have with you round that corner of a hallway, and it's sort of like hotel living in large portions of Morgantown, where you'll have a long hallway that could go for quarter mile easily, and it's all apartments all the way along, and this happens to be one of those hallways. Sabrina's place is only a bit of a way down, but when you turn to look down the hallway, the thing that you see there is a wall of people. It's a wall of limbs and flesh. They are woven together. Parts of them are pulled back and stretched, and you're seeing it's one limb from each of them, an arm or a leg. Sometimes there's a neck that is stretched out. It is stretched and pulled like taffy, and you can see kind of all back towards the center of this mass of people that are there. And the other parts of their bodies are very clearly scrabbling to try and separate from whatever has done this. And it fills and blocks the hallway. It's all the way to the ceiling. And the faces are, some of them you recognize, some of them are complete strangers to you. But it is making its way down the hallway towards you. And as you are watching, someone opens the door to see what is going on, and the closest arm reaches out and grabs them, pulls them in, and as that's happening, their leg twists and pulls back and enters whatever the knot at the center is. And Sabrina just stops at the end of the hallway. And you know that this thing is between you and her apartment.
Part of me is like, yep, your grandma's probably in there. She obviously does not say that, but I think there is a moment of like shock and where she freezes for a split second, and then it takes her that split second to remember, like, hey, you're a god. You're the one, because she was like, oh no, I have to get someone, and then realizes I am the someone.
I need an adult.
Yeah. Oh no, I am adult. I need an adultier adult.
I like
as soon as you
Story's
think
bat
that,
just like hits you when you pause.
oh, I was gonna say, like, right behind you, the adult right behind you is Folly.
Love it. But after her brief sort of freeze, and then remembers, like, no, this is, you have to do something about this. She calls out to Sabrina to get behind her. Like, don't get close to it. Get behind me. Just to spare one person if she can, and calls out via mental link to the others again. Hey, do you all know any gods that, like, I don't know, separate limbs from people's bodies?
And, I can handle this.
Oh God,
no.
And Story, okay, so you get a vision of all of that through your bat as well.
Mm-hmm. I think through the mental link just responds, probably. I don't know. A lot of us do that.
Oh my God.
I did it yesterday.
Yeah, do your thing first, Mika.
Okay, so re-describe this. Something's taking apart limbs.
Yeah, so it is a for want of a better term, a wad of people are plugging this hallway and slowly making their way towards you. And of each of their bodies, one limb is twisted into the center of this knot of people. So they are
It's also like a
anchored.
rat king of
Yeah.
arms.
Yeah.
Okay, can I tell if this is like one single entity that's making them do this?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do a roll for that, because I don't think this is something that you have seen before. But you can go ahead and make this would be a great time to do like brains plus weird.
Okay.
And in this case, your target number is just going to be like a sliding scale. I'm just gonna the more successes you get, the more information I'll give.
Okay. Let's do this.
Our story and Chance just
Oh my
still
God.
strolling.
They're on their way.
Yeah, okay. I have something I want to say in a sec. After
No
you guys
successes.
Okay, this is not something that you have encountered before, so it's a little hard to tell what is going on. It's certainly not a thing that you know regular people to do, so probably something is afoot or wrong with all of them.
Since we're mentally linked and seeing Folly not know, can Story try and determine it through the bat?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, same roll.
My specialty is secrets.
Oh.
Under no, could I use that instead?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's do brains plus no, and this definitely would count as secrets. So for your first roll, 5s and 6s explode. Subsequently, only 6s explode forever, but any 5s that you roll will also explode on this first one.
Awesome.
Ooh.
So 3 to start. Okay, so I got 1 5.
Okay, that's,
Nope, I lied. I changed it around to that's a 3. I got no successes.
okay, great.
No!
You also
Wow.
have not seen this before.
Gloria, don't make that face. It looked like a 5 upside down, and then I put it the right way. It's a 3. Sorry, yeah, you're on your own with this one. We'll make it there soon.
While you say that via the link, Chance just grabs your hand and starts swinging it. We'll make it soon.
Oh my gosh.
You guys are the worst.
Yeah.
So one thing about
Absolutely.
Folly is, depending who it is, situation, he will gladly give different advice just to be that way. Okay, so I'm sorry, but this is not love. You are what happened to individuality? You just turned into someone who's part of the crowd. Don't you feel ashamed? Sheeple.
You're trying to shame the people that got their limbs ripped off? I'm actually pretty sure that this wasn't their intent. I don't think this was some purpose at all. I don't think they decided
No,
to
I'm
do
talking
this.
I'm talking to the limbs that were
When the limbs are
Oh,
all
the
still
limbs
attached,
themselves.
they're just stretched way out. Yeah, so these
Yeah.
people are all anchored there. Yeah, and they're
Okay,
still.
so I'm
Their response is more screams.
okay.
Yeah.
I was just talking to the limbs specifically.
Just those.
Yeah. You know,
If-
you're all twisted and extendy, and it's not the way. It's not the way of the dud. The dud does not abide.
Okay, what do we do though?
Have you tried cutting them apart?
I am not going to cut them apart. This is clearly somebody is doing this.
I'll be there
Um,
soon with my giant
but a
hammer.
lot of times, yeah, when things are like conglomerates, a lot of the times in history, all you do is you cut them off and they grow back perfectly fine. Look at the hydras, look at the snakes, look at all the. If you cut it in
Okay.
half, there's a solid chance it might work.
These
Hold
are
on,
all
If we
hold on.
smash
normal
them to a
people.
pulp, if we smash
No.
them to a pulp, then we won't
No.
I
have
need
this
you-
issue.
Emrys, I need you to ask me what's in my pocket.
I don't want to know. Is
Fine.
it gonna
What's
help?
in my pocket? And I'm going to use the ability. What's in my pocket?
Yeah, what's in my pocket?
If
please,
you bring
please
out a
read that
knife,
wonder
I
for us,
swear
because
we
it is the
go.
most
So-
ridiculous wonder ever. I love it.
A number of times per day equal to your presence plus divinity, you can use a bonus action to reach into your pocket and pull out a non-living and safe to carry object. When you do, roll a d6. If you roll a 5 or 6, it's an object that is helpful to your current situation, potentially saving the day. If you roll a 1, it is an unhelpful, potentially unlucky object. You will never pull a specific object that is owned or held by another person.
Mhm.
So, what is my presence in divinity? My presence is 2.
And divinities too, so you can do it 4 times a day.
I love this for me. Okay.
Oh my god. Roll, I
It's-
guess.
Yep.
I believe
Roll a
you.
d6.
I'm
It's a
terrified.
2.
Okay.
Dice do not like me.
You reach into your pocket and you pull out, predictably, a lemon.
Okay. I'm going to, with my other pocket thing, oh, where is it? Thanks, it has pockets. I'm just going to pull out a knife, cut the lemon in half, then walk up and squirt it on the arms.
All right. Fantastic. Let's I guess we'll do some initiative. This might get a little weird. So yeah, let's have everybody roll initiative. For that, you roll a d6
Okay.
and you add whatever your reflex is to it. In this case,
Okay.
if you roll a
D6 plus
6,
reflex,
it does
okay.
explode, and you get to just keep adding those numbers. It's kind of a nonsense
Oh,
mechanic,
I
but
got
here we
2
are.
of them. Sorry, I got 2 of them. So I'm at a 13 right now. No, 14.
14. Jesus
20.
Christ.
10.
Oh god.
4.
6.
Gloria,
Yeah.
you would be first in this.
Yeah.
I realize you're still strolling in. I think
Well,
I
I
think
would
you
say
and
we got
Story
here
might
by
be.
now.
You're gonna be a round out. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So fair.
We'll put the
Completely
two,
fair.
We'll put the 2 of you around out. With one exception, Sean, your familiar is there, and so you might have a thing to do through that, and you're next. So we'll check in with you in case there's anything you want to do.
Okay, so Folly has scored I guess this is a question. In terms of initiative, as it's sometimes weird, has the lemon been squirted onto the creature yet, or is that like happening as this is all kicking off?
Mika
I
will
hate
actually
that
be
that is a
going
question.
before the monster, so it has yet to happen, but he's right there.
Oh
Folly
god,
is
that's
right
my
there.
action.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Then
It's good. Squirting a lemon is a free action in this game.
Okay.
We'll just make it known. You could just do that
then I
whenever you want.
think seeing that a lemon is about to be squirted, writes, due to their own incompetence, they're not sure what they're doing and has pulled a lemon full of extremely citric acid.
Just taking story notes along the way. Great.
Yep, hoping that it will turn the regular lemon juice into an extremely digestive acid.
Emrys, you are next.
And squirt that on the people that are still alive.
Story has told you if they dissolve apart, it's probably fine. Listen to your elders, 100-year-old godling. We know what we're doing.
Yeah, she
You can
very
always write
much
them back together.
doubts that. I don't think that's how that works. All right. Jesus Christ. This is such a bad
Right,
idea.
if it-
She's regretting every decision that ever brought her to this moment. That's what she's doing right now.
Great.
Okay. I am going to attempt to, I don't know, look at what is happening since we don't know who is doing it.
Mhm.
She wants to attempt to discern, is this like is this being like made to happen from somebody, so like a rope of some kind, or is this just an ability somebody has? So I want to know if I would potentially be able to counter it.
Got it. I see. So it's not without even rolling, I'll let you know that it's not a rote that is actively happening, at least in the way that counter rote would apply.
Yes.
But if you would like, you could do we could do a skill check, and we can do like a sliding scale again of information. This would
Okay.
be brains plus weird, I think. probably makes the most sense. I would also accept like presence plus no, because you're kind of trying to presence and weird are the ones that deal with divinity and divine things and ritual side effects and stuff like that. Those two kind of deal with that the most. So it's just depending on the flavor of your answer.
Okay, would I you said it's blocking the whole hallway.
Yeah.
Would I be able to tell about how many people are wrapped up in this thing?
20 to 30 maybe.
Oh,
It's kind of hard to count, but there's
so many
a bunch of heads that you can see just kind of peppered all over.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna roll.
That was a horrible descriptor. I'm sorry, everyone.
No, you're fine. This is great. Emrys is panicking. Yudi the player thinks this is awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and do presence and weird if that's okay.
Yeah, let's do both of those. Yeah. And then just let me know what you get.
Okay. First three are not a 6. Fourth one, please. Also not a 6. Oh well. Total is a 13.
Oh, did you get any 5s or 6s?
Right. Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot. We don't add them together.
Correct.
I got a 5, but no 6s.
Okay, so that's one success then.
Okay.
So with that success, what I will let you know is that this is definitely a thing that, because some of the people you maybe saw within the last few days and they were fine. So this is likely a thing that was done recently and probably intentionally, rather than something like that has been conjured in from outside the city or dropped in here like an active rope, kicking things off. It feels like a thing that got started and is just now loose.
Ow. Oh, this is just gonna keep snowballing, isn't it?
It
would I
literally
get the
says
sense...
Katamari in my notes.
I knew it.
God. Would I get the sense that if we are able to find who started it, we might be able to get it to stop? Or is it like we have to physically stop the thing from snowballing?
With that roll, it's a little hard to tell.
Okay.
Which like the best path to take. But one thing that I can tell you is that it is still doing its thing. And so potentially letting it do its thing for a while you try and look for someone who's
not a good
in charge
idea.
of it might not be the
Yeah.
safest thing for some of the people around here. Which is maybe not a problem for your companions, but your neighbors seem to mean something to you, so...
Yeah, no, this is a huge problem. And no, she is not going to cut them into pieces, because they'll just get sucked in again.
They can be reformed.
And then get
Literally,
sucked
not in the
again.
spiritual way.
Let me smash them into a pulp. Problem
This is
solved.
awful. She should have... You know what? Hey, she took whatever help she could get. And now that she knows better, it's too late.
No! You're my best friend!
I like this is
Jesus.
all being said in
You
the
sound
mental
like-
link, so you can't hide from it.
Yeah.
Gloria, you sound like Lancer. This is best friend number 1. This is best friend number 2.
Answer is
Oh,
best
God,
boy.
no.
Anyway, this game.
I feel like she is going to... Because they're screaming, so it feels like they're in pain. And she does have her healing hands, but 1, there's too many people, and 2, they're being stretched, but not exactly being... Like, there's no cuts, there's nothing that she would be able to heal. And so... She's wondering now with Folly having gotten so close to it,
Mm-hmm.
if it'll do anything to us, essentially. If it doesn't look like Folly's about to be sucked into this ball of limbs, she wants to go ahead and get close as well, and see if she can gingerly like pry people out of it.
Okay. Yeah, well, so far, nothing has happened to Folly, but he has just gotten there. Lemon in hand.
Oh, I think she's gonna do it anyways.
Baby
just
girl,
head on
be
up.
careful. We're
Yeah.
almost there.
So one thing that you notice, and Folly, you notice this too, as the two of you are close, is you can see into the middle a bit more now that you're closer, and some of the bodies kind of are getting out of the way a little bit, and it does look like everything is tied. It's like bound in a huge knot, and the person that was just pulled in from that door while you watched, they are the outermost layer of that knot.
Oh god. I'm going to assume there might be like an object in between them of some kind. So
Is there anything you'd like to do now that you're right up next to it?
yeah, I want to put my arm in there and try to reach through and past to see if I can like get into the core of it, to feel if
Okay.
there's anything that isn't flesh, anything that isn't a person part.
Okay. Go ahead and make me. It's going to be a skill check that we're doing. This is going to be exert plus presence, which I think is a role that I have maybe never called for in any of my games. I think it's going to be that. It's a very specific thing you're trying to do.
We got another one. We got a 6. Okay.
All right, that's one
Yay.
success so far, and it explodes.
The
So when it
explosion
explodes-
was a 5, unfortunately.
Well,
I
5
get
is still
to
a
roll 2
success,
more.
though.
That's another
Yeah.
6. Oh, 5 is a success. Cool.
Yep.
Okay, and
Yeah.
the 6 explodes, so I get to roll another one, and that's also a 6. Yes.
Yes.
Whoa.
And I do one more, and that is a 2. Okay.
Okay, so 4
3
successes there.
6s and 1 5.
That's spectacular. Great roll. So you are able to like push in between some of these limbs, and you're not able to get all the way to the center. It's too dense. The whole size of the knot at this point, is rather large, 2 or 3 feet across. But you're able to. You can tell that this is in fact a knot of all the limbs, as opposed to anything else kind of weird or whatnot. But you can't quite get to where the center is. There's too much of this that is going on for you to get there. But all of the parts that you're able to get to appear to be these people.
Okay. Okay. I have an idea. I think I have an idea.
We will get that next turn.
Yeah.
It's Folly. You're up.
Oh,
You
wow.
get to lemon for free. You lemon
Okay.
it.
Yeah, squirt the lemon. Does that do anything?
It does not appear to do anything
Okay. Yeah.
for good or ill. They are nonplussed.
Hey,
Thank
Emrys,
you.
ask me what's in my pocket again.
Great.
I
Dude.
am a little bit in the middle of something.
Oh my god. Okay.
Literally
What's in my
the
pocket?
middle of something.
And I pull out my basic weapon, which is an interdimensional hammer.
Spectacular.
Falls
Please
to the
don't
ground.
hit them.
So- no, okay, so it's a knot, right? The best thing to undo a knot is to put pressure on it. So, he picks up the hammer and he's going to hit the knot, not for damage, but to try and like loosen it up. You know?
Mhm,
Yeah.
And then you've got it's a basic weapon. That's the level
Yeah.
of damage for it. Okay. And then what's your might score?
Base damage of 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So my might score is 0.
Okay. So here's how I'm going to want to do this. I am going to ask for to hit roll effectively, but let's go ahead and use your presence. So it's going to be presence plus hit.
Ooh, okay. 2 plus 1 for 3.
And normally you would have to meet or exceed your target's defense with your number of successes. But in this case, because you're not necessarily trying to deal damage in the traditional way, you're trying to affect the knot as it is. I'm just going to call this a defense of nothing. You're bopping it, kind of seeing what
Okay.
happens. So go ahead and roll your dice and just tell me how many successes you get.
I'm going to roll them one at a time so that they're not influenced by each other. I'm going to see which dice is the bad influence.
Great.
Is it all of them? Ooh, there's a 6! And another 6!
Nice.
So that's 2 successes. So they both explode, so is that 2 more 6s?
Two more dice to roll.
Okay,
Yeah.
that are a d6.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Two
Okay.
more D6s. I thought you were asking if they were just more 6s that you got.
Oh, no. No other successes. 2
Okay,
successes.
so 2 successes. You're able to bop it, and it kind of like squishes a little bit.
Okay.
Some of the people near you cry out as if they were hurt, but you didn't like nothing
Yeah.
ruptured, nothing broke, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But it is
No, when you're undoing a knot, sometimes it hurts.
it's
You're
true.
massaging it out.
I've literally never heard of that.
What? No, like when it hurts when you press on a knot, but you've got to get that knot like undone. So you press on it. Of course, it's going to hurt.
While you're having that conversation, all of the bodies hit you. They lash out almost reflexively when that knot gets hit, some of the tenants of this monster allow it to attack whoever's around it because it's just a ball of limbs. So you are each getting an attack.
Mood.
And so, Emrys, what is your defense?
My defense is 3.
Ooh, bought that up. And then Folly, what is your defense?
2.
Oh boy.
Oh, don't. No.
Guys, I have my dice, they're nice. I like them. For me, I like them for me.
You did this, Mika. You
I
brought
was
this
just trying
upon
to
us.
massage out the knot, okay?
Okay, so I get 5 successes to hit Emrys. And so how attacking works is I have now successfully hit you because I've exceeded it. I have a base damage. Any dice successes that I get that exceeds your defense translate into bonus damage. But then we take off the top whatever any damage reduction that you happen to have. So in this case, this monster has a base damage of 10, and I have exceeded your defense by 2. So that's 12 incoming damage to you. So we take off whatever damage reduction you have, if you got any with a wonder at all.
I do have a damage reduction of 5.
A 5. Fantastic. All right.
Wow.
So that 12 then becomes a 7. And so you're going to be taking 7 points of damage. And now is my favorite part of the game. That's not true. One of my favorite parts. You get to decide how you want to deal with this incoming damage. So your 2 options are, do you use your Aether Pool, your godly essence, to soak up this damage? Or do you let it through to hit your squishy human body beneath you? If your squishy human body, which is your health pool, drops to 0, you fall into stillness, and that's bad. But you might want to save some of your Aether for, spells and stuff.
Yeah, I am. Ugh. I do have. So seeing that we're getting smacked, is there any way to do a reaction, or can I only do things during my turn?
It's mostly just during your turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll probably do it after this then.
Okay. Yeah. And you do hear apologies. Like the foot that kicks out and hits you, it's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. But it's a solid kick nonetheless.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels real solid.
It's like getting kicked by a horse.
I am going to go ahead and absorb it with my Aether.
Okay.
Because I am a squishy little human with not a lot of actual health in my physical body. And so after my damage reduction of 5, that is 7 points of damage then that I take?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
And now I'm going to roll for Folly. You guys. All right. Okay, that's 5 successes towards you, Folly. So that's it's going to be 13 points of damage coming your way. Do you have any damage reduction?
Nope. 'Cause I got rid of my damage reduction so I could have a second familiar.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a
Yeah.
choice.
As you
It really
should.
is.
To
I
be
love
fair,
it.
you probably
Such
aren't
a good idea.
damaged very often, so it's much more
No.
enjoyable day-to-day life having familiars.
Yeah. Shoot, that would put me at 7 HP. So, Okay, how much... We start with 100 Aether total?
Correct.
Okay. And if I wanted to absorb this, it would be a 1-for-1?
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. What's 100 minus 13? 87?
Yeah,
87.
Yes.
87. Mhm.
Cool. And so, what this looks like is, like, hammer right next to him, the big part, like, smashing the floor. Then he's going to, like, use his hand to grab the foot and say, "The dud does not abide."
I'm so sorry.
You're secretly so happy about this. I could see it in your eyes.
All right. Well, that's everybody here. So now we are back to the top of the order with Chance. You come around the corner, and you see all of the regular stuff that I've described already.
This
Oh,
is
look, we
going
made
to
it
be
on
fun.
time.
We did. We made
Yeah.
it just in time.
In
Good
your
for us.
heads, you hear, "Help!"
I have a plan.
Now, Chance gets really excited at the prospect of diving into what's really scary and then just going for it. So she is going to take out her comically large hammer that is bigger than Folly's. The handle of it the handle of it is like an upside down unicorn horn, and then the top part of it is like, imagine frosted glass, like opal shininess through it. So everything about her is so monochrome except for her giant hammer. She's gonna go and whack it. The idea is to whack it hard enough that, like, like when you're playing pool and the balls just all go all over the board. That's her idea, to separate them. She hits them hard enough that they just separate.
Okay. Well, great. Let's give it a go.
Okay,
So that
what am
would
I
be a might plus hit.
Cool.
And did anybody take a skill specialization in their weapon at all? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. If you did,
Which I
then,
regret.
if you did, then 5s will explode on your first roll as well.
Whoa.
Oh,
Wait.
just then
Just
I
a
did
reminder
not.
for
I
that.
took a wonder. I got myself confused.
Oh yeah.
Well, hold on. Is mine? No, mine's an. Yeah, mine's an upgrade.
Oh no, I mean
No,
there's-
it's a wonder.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What was the thing then again? Sorry.
a might plus hit.
No, what was the thing we had to look for the specialization?
Oh, if you have a skill specialization under hit, it's usually under
I
hit.
see.
You can choose your favorite weapon. That just happens to be a very popular thing to specialize in because it increases your threat threshold very much. but-
Well, I got 1-5, so, and that's not
Okay.
a thing. So
Well, that's one.
I-
That's one success still.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
and this thing we're working with a defense of 0 on it, so you successfully hit. Yeah.
Then it will take 10 damage.
Yep, because your weapon does a base damage of 10, and
Yeah.
you actually technically you exceeded it by 1 with your dice because its defense is 0, so that's a bonus point of damage for you. So that's 11 damage that it takes.
Nice.
And there is a really solid, fleshy impact. I feel like you've hit people with this hammer a lot, probably.
Yeah.
And there's a certain amount of give that happens. That give isn't really there on this one, but there is like pressure that kind of ripples out from the knot that vibrates down the limbs of all of these people, and they all like twitch and spasm at the same time with the hit of your hammer, and it feels palpable. Feels like you connected and everything worked like you expected.
Like
it to.
they could potentially be separated if I just keep hitting them.
They could potentially have effect from your hammer when you hit them. Yeah.
Cool.
Will that be separation in the way each of you view it? I don't know.
She's willing to take that chance.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. So then, Story, you are up.
Hey, I'm gonna try something weird here.
I love
just
it.
so y'all know.
Yeah.
Story sees the impact, sees it didn't work that well, sees the digestive acid from the lemon, sees it didn't work that well, and reaches into a library he has and pulls out a book that has a werewolf hugging a man on the front. Opens to a page and reads, "They felt themselves being pulled apart as the knot was too big, stretching them beyond what they thought was capable of their bodies. They collectively breathed together, the knot, the man, and the beast, and with the compassion for each other, they were able to come back together. As the knot passed successfully where it needed to go, and the pain was gone, and they were united as one." And I'd like to use the power of werewolf smut to fix this problem.
I
have a story about
Spectacular.
wolf smut.
Spectacular.
I'm gonna assume that's
Um,
a first. Also,
Yeah.
Somebody-
No
Yep.
one has used any form of erotica, werewolf or otherwise, to defeat a monster. But this is spectacular. All right, so in this case, this is going to be a rote. So
Uh-huh.
let's do a rote about this one. So rotes in this
Uh-huh.
game are your divine spells, and what a magnificent setup for this. Okay, so in this case, let's start with mechanically what you want the end result to be, and then we will work backwards from there and build what your spell's going to look like.
So end result, not undoing, limbs having not passed through recongealing. People coming out of pile as people, not Rat King.
Great. Okay. So, in this case, let's see. Let's go through the routes and see what's going to happen. I think I would like to give a suggestion as to how I think it would be built, and then,
Sure.
we'll get obviously how you think Story would put it together. I don't think it's conjure. I don't think you're trying to damage anybody. But I do want to check in on that. If you're trying to hurt them, you could.
No.
You could put
Yeah.
ranks of damage into this. So you're gonna need one rank in distance, unless you feel like closing to where you can touch them. Then that would not be
I
necessary.
do not.
Um,
And I have the dot filled in from Outcast already for that one.
for distance, great. So that'll end up being effectively free when we get to the calculations. I think in this case it's going to be some ranks in guard, which is typically used to prevent damage or whatnot. But here, I think narratively, I'm picturing it as the ranks representing your want to protect here. So it's not going to necessarily equate to numbers at all. We're gonna go off of vibes for this.
Yep.
So I think guard and scope, because there are so many people that you're trying to pull apart here.
Okay.
Those are going to be the two I think that are the main crux of it. I don't think you need any wild card here. Also, there's a potential for you if you wanted to add ranks in learn as well. If you wanted to simultaneously pull them apart and perhaps get some clues.
I think Story would very much want to learn. And I also have a dot in guard. So it would be then? How much? Like, how many do you think it would be in guard, scope, and learn total?
Okay, so I think it's going to be at a base. It's going to be 4 ranks in guard and 2 ranks in scope. Which is 6, and technically we do have to count learn and distance because there's a multiplier that could come in. I don't think it will on this one, but just for the math, you do technically count them at this point, and then the discount comes off at the end. So 4 in guard, 2 in scope as a minimum, and then learn is also just kind of vibes from you. However many ranks you want to put into it, it will be more information that I get you. Usually that equates to questions, but
I'll do 1 learn.
Okay.
We'll start. We'll go with 1.
1 learn and 1 distance. So technically, that is then 8 aether that you would have to spend. We would then look at your highest single rank in a rote, because that determines if there's any exponential cost factor. And in this case, your highest single rank was 4 in your guard, which is times 1 for the rote. If you'd put it at 5, it would have been times 2. And then the whole total would have been multiplied prior to discounts. So that's why we do all that dumb math first. Yeah, so 8 aether total. Now we subtract your discounts, which is 1 for distance and 1 for learn.
And 1 for distance, 1 for guard.
1 for guard, that's right. Okay, so that then becomes 6 aether. So you go ahead and just spend that off your pool. And then please roll me a single d6. In this game, as gods, your rotes always work because you spend your actual essence. Aether doubles his health, everything like that. You're spending that to change reality, but reality gets a bit of a reaction.
I got a 6.
A 6.
Does that explode?
It does not explode on this one, but it is a major bonus for this. So it is now up to me to determine what that bonus is based on the scene and however, the pile of aether that you spent. 6 isn't a ton, so the bonus won't be particularly huge. But in this case, I'm going to give you an extra question from this. So you manage to your spell goes off. What do your rotes look like? What does Story look like when he's changing reality?
It's like everyone's skin gets a little papery as like the new reality is written into their life stream, and as the ink fades into them, it like the paper goes away and it comes back, and the story he has chosen for them is like now in their blood, moving them about to undo the issues.
I love that. Okay, your rote works. Like you've spent what it is, and the knot in the center starts to unwind itself. The person who was grabbed most recently, their arm flies out and just kind of elastic rubber bands back to their body. It's a little loose still. It's a little longer. It's a little floppier. It's a bit boneless, but they are extricated. And as the 4 of you are there watching, the knot unraveling speeds up, and limbs are flinging off faster and faster. Nobody gets hurt in the process or anything like that, but everybody is unpeeling from this thing. As you get closer to the center of the knot, those limbs have a harder time recovering. But after a couple of moments, the people are all separated. There's nearly 30 people have been consumed by this thing. They are laying about in the hallway. They are panting. They are, there's crying, there's apologies, there's people clearly hugging each other. It seems obvious that they, for some amount of time at least, had very little control over what it was that they themselves were doing, but a lot of presence of mind. And at the center of the knot, there is what it's kind of hard to tell from your distance, but there's a lump, like a fist-sized lump in the middle there. And Story, you have 2 questions as part of your rote that you can ask.
I think the first question will be, without touching it, as it doesn't look safe, what is this lump?
It looks to be an anatomical human heart, but it is made of tightly compressed rats that all fit together like a perfect puzzle piece but it is the shape of an anatomical human heart.
Okay. Do I know the god of rat hearts? Or whoever would have made this?
Go ahead and oh wait, that's your second question? Yeah?
Yeah.
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 It would make sense that yes, this would be from the god of rats. With your second question, in fact, because it was part of a route, this is from the god of rats. But it feels distress as well.
Interesting. Cool. We'll look to Emrys. See, this is why we don't rush. When we rush, people panic, people do things. When you approach it with a clear mind and stories behind you, everything will go fine.
And indeed,
Now we need to go find Rat God.
Yeah, and indeed, we are out of combat right now. We drop out of initiative at this point. And as you're looking, the heart begins to also unfold itself. A rat kind of sits up, looks around a little bit, and runs off. And that happens until at the center of this, there is a single remaining rat, very small, one of the like almost mouse sized, but clearly rat instead, that just kind of sits up and looks at all of you.
Can Chance go up to it and let it rest in her hand and she can lift it and talk to it?
Absolutely. It scrambles right up.
Hello.
Hello.
What happened? Oh, you talk.
Of course I talk.
What's going on here?
I am the Pestilence General. And you are going to help me out, please.
Why?
Because you're a god.
What do you need help with?
God stuff.
What kind of god stuff?
Scary god stuff.
What kind of scary god stuff?
My god is stuck.
Stuck? Where? Why? How?
It's a lot of questions all at once. I could maybe take you there.
Everyone want to go?
Might as well.
Emrys, seeing all the people like come apart, like she was already in the thing, and so like she was that is what she was trying to reach for, and then seeing Story just sort of come up and like take it. I think she immediately turned her attention to the people, right?
Yeah.
Do I see Sabrina's grandmother?
Sabrina's
was she
grandmother
already part of this?
She was part of it. Yeah, Sabrina's grandmother is in there. It was her leg that got stretched out, and she is sitting with her back against the hull. Just one of her legs is maybe a foot longer than the other.
Okay. I know. God. I think she would want to like check everyone to make sure that there are nothing that's like life-threatening, which I don't think there would be, apart from the limbs just being stretched out and still sort of, hurting and things like that.
Yeah, nobody appears to be on death's door or anything like that. There's some bruising, there's some cuts and scrapes that probably happened along the way on detritus or on other people as part of this knot.
But that is definitely what she does first. I think checks on everybody anyways. Leads Sabrina to her grandmother and tell her that it looks like, she's not on death's door or anything.
They have a heartfelt reunion, and Sabrina makes fun of her grandmother's leg a little bit in a very loving way.
But now I'm wondering, would these people be able to essentially make it to like one of the places of healing? Because she doesn't want to leave without seeing them taken care of, or at least sending them on their way, but knowing that they're gonna be okay.
Yeah, there are temples and hospitals depending on the type of healing you're after. This tower has plenty of both to cover all of the populace, and it's because it is clearly a divine thing that has caused this to happen to them. Probably temple is the way to go. It could also be a thing that just wears off after a while. A lot of times these rotes and rituals go a little rampant in the city, and then eventually stuff kind of goes back to normal. But it's also kind of easy for a lot of humans to just get squished in the process.
Yeah, that makes sense. She probably tells them like the people that were in there the longest probably head to the temple, and then
Mhm.
everybody else to, rest and wait it out. And then maybe make your way to the temple as well if it doesn't go away in a couple of hours, type of thing.
Everyone is
But-
very thankful and appreciative of the advice, and there's a lot of bowed heads and averted eyes and promises to leave offerings and whatnot.
Yeah, and I think, and after that is done, then she turns her attention then to this speaking rat that Chance is holding. And what was your question?
This little friend wants us to go help their god who is stuck. I think that sounds fun and exciting.
All right.
Is he the god of rats?
Mhm.
Oh, the rat response.
The rat
Oh,
talks.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Might as well
mean,
help him.
a talking rat, that's something, but
It's really
I don't
not that
understand
unusual.
how, your god needing help led you to roll up a bunch of people who didn't want to be rolled
Oh.
up.
I do. I got this. So first off, they were influenced by me because they thought this would be a good idea. My bad. So they figured doing something ridiculous like this would gain some attention. Then a god would stop by, and then the rat would be like, "Hey, I need your help." Don't shake your head at me. It's definitely
That's
what
not,
happened.
That's not what happened.
Yeah, it's
What
definitely what
happened?
The
happened.
rat. I think the
Yeah.
rat knows their intentions better than you, Folly.
I don't.
Chance is
No.
petting the rat. Is it okay that I'm doing this?
It is.
Okay.
I like it.
You can't just go around, putting people into knots.
I agree. I didn't like it.
Then why'd you do it?
Oh, that was me. I didn't
Folly.
do it.
You didn't do it. So who did it?
I mean, I don't know their names.
You don't. Okay, fine. We're going. Lead the way.
All right. And the pestilence general runs down your arm, hops down a little bit, and runs off.
Great.
And I think now let's take a little break.
Yay!
We're back, everybody. Hello and welcome back. We took a little break, had a little snacks. I got an additional drink for myself because I'm a monster. And we had just used some interesting tactics to untie a knot of people. Those were new tactics for me as a storyteller, and I'm here for it, and I love it. Yes, so a bunch of people, they have really sad floppy limbs. We have a familiar with us now. Smut has happened. Good job, everyone. Well done, players. So you have with you a familiar that identified themselves as the Pestilence General, and kind of a small rat, clearly intelligent like any other familiar would be. So you've got questions you can ask them, and they're also happy to lead you to where they think the next problem is.
Is Chance still carrying them? No, right? They scurried off.
I think
and
they
we are
scurried off.
following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're down for a scurry or a carry, whatever works. Yeah. So they start leading. They lead a little bit and then pause and stop and turn around. And Emrys, they come back to you. I have not been here before. Could you please lead us out of your home?
Oh, yes. Well, there's actually a couple of ways we can go about this. If we could just find the nearest window or balcony, and that's a way outside. But I don't think you can fly or float, hover. No.
No, I cannot.
No.
You can.
Okay.
I cannot.
Where are we going? And then I'll tell you the most direct path. How about that?
We are going into the substrate. Now, for the players who are unfamiliar with that, the substrate is what we colloquially call the disc that holds up the city. The disc is 10 stories, evenly constructed. It is 100 feet in depth. It is full of like labyrinthine tunnels and maintenance. It's designed for city maintenance. However, there's a bunch of other stuff that's in there. People live in there. There's rumors of weird monsters and things like that, like dark rituals. There's all like the boogeyman stories for the city, often originate in the substrate. There is also actually a god that lives on the underside of the city, named Meklanai, who is a horrible, horrible monster, and kidnaps people all the time. But that is below the substrate. However, sometimes, Meklanai moves all around. He's a big, weird crab thing. Yeah. So that's the substrate. I don't know that any of you have been into it.
No.
It's a bunch of weird loading docks and maintenance hatches and things. So for those who are very old, maybe. I don't know, but it's not something particularly common for you to just like wander in there. It is maintenance for the city.
Yeah, I think just hearing that that's where we're going just gives her the shivers. Because she lives dozens of feet above the ground. The ground itself, it's fine. She doesn't hate it. She doesn't touch it though. Anything below that is just like makes her sweat.
Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say that Chance notices that you're looking a little bit like washed out and nervous.
Pee-pee.
Yeah, she'll look at you and say, "Are you afraid to go beneath the ground of what you're used to?"
Not afraid. It's just it just makes me feel icky. I don't like it. I've never been underground. Have you?
Yes. And there's
Why do you
so
say it
many
like that?
because there's so many fun, delightful things down there. I know it might seem scary, but when we go underneath, you're going to get so many more experiences than you could have ever expected in your entire life. I know
Chance,
you. Yes,
can I tell you something?
sure.
The fact that you find it, I don't know, so fun, doesn't do a lot to, you know, make me feel better about it. The things you have fun, that you find fun are
Hmm.
only fun half the time. If that.
And isn't
Emrys.
that just what's wonderful about this? You don't know what you're going to experience. When we go, then you'll find out. There's
Yeah.
only one way to find out, and it's by doing. And we will
First time
do.
for everything, right?
Emrys,
Mhm.
do you want something to take the edge off?
I'm scared.
Drugs.
Drugs. It's not drugs. Is that a yes or a no? Would you like something to take the edge
Sure.
off?
If
Cool.
it'll be helpful.
I have just like, bottles of water as people do as they're wandering around the city. I would like to touch it and turn it into ambrosia, and use the intoxicate the drinker with pure and unenjoyable drunkenness that lasts the night, and hand it to
Unenjoyable?
Emrys. No, pure and enjoyable.
I was like, unenjoyable.
No, just like,
She's
the
seen
best
this before.
levity.
Hmm.
Probably, yeah.
It's not. I think she thinks Stories has a drinking problem because
The
they
best
don't-
stories are
I don't
told when you
think-
can only remember part of them. So much room to fill
Yeah.
in.
It's the most truthful stories.
True.
That's
And
what Folly
the
always
thing.
says.
Folly and Stories will just bounce off each other, and if
Mhm.
one of them doesn't offer a drink, the other one will. And Chance sometimes usually joins in depending on the situation. She looks at it. She's seen this particular. She recognizes what it is. I don't think that's the best right now. Maybe after.
Chance
Hey,
will
which one of us
immediately-
knew how to solve the problem?
I was
I
getting
think
there.
if
I
you
was
just take a
literally
little bit of edge off,
halfway.
you'll be there.
But also,
don't
going
have
in
an edge.
completely
Yes.
sober. Going in
Just right
completely
here.
sober.
Right here in my
Perfect.
pocket, I've got a few of these flasks.
Of
You
course
know.
you do. I don't know what half of them are filled with. I don't think a lot of those are actually safe to drink.
Vodka, rum. It's
Okay.
lemon flavored vodka. It's a spiced rum. There's also
actually
gin.
doesn't
It's the
sound
purple
bad.
gin. Yeah.
Chance, you were saying something about soberness and
Yeah,
plans.
if you go in sober, you'll remember every single thing that you experience.
And you don't want to remember a lot of what's down there.
But if you
I
do,
don't.
no, because if you do go down and you experience every new thing that happens, you'll know what you like and what you don't like.
So I should go down sober.
I think.
And I
so.
like
I'm
alcohol.
I'm going in sober.
Okay. We can okay. We'll drink after. I mean, and it's a day of celebration still, right?
Yeah,
We'll
and
come
you
back to
deserve
the
to
party.
celebrate your birth.
Right.
Yeah.
Not my second birth, I guess. All right. Well, Mr. Rat, do you have a name?
The Pestilence
Do I
General.
just Okay.
Yeah, weren't
Um,
you paying attention?
PG.
No, I didn't know if that was just his title or his actual name.
It's both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can call people by their
Um,
titles.
Right. So you
Yeah.
all go by your titles. All right.
Well, that's just because we don't
Mr.
remember our
Pestilence?
names.
What
I mean,
do
I
you
was just
mean?
called a dud, so that is essentially my name.
Okay. Right. I'm
The
not
rat
gonna
turns and-
forget my name, am I?
What?
Do you
Say
want
that
to-
It's
again?
up to you.
Probably.
You want to still be called
Okay.
Emrys?
I don't know.
I can
If
make you a
you-
little bracelet that has your name on it, so you never forget.
What if I said
Right.
this? Gravity.
Defying?
I
There are
mean-
no songs titled Defying Emrys.
Yeah.
Yet.
Right.
We can make one.
Oh, so that's what you're the god
Maybe.
of.
You've seen me do things, but sure.
I'm just saying, we don't call you Gravity, we just call you Emrys.
Because that's my name.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, we could also call you Gravity, and that we know what you can do.
Some people do. Yeah, some people do.
Yeah.
If you want to be called Emrys forever, we will call you Emrys forever.
Okay.
It's really up to
Forever
you.
as
When
the last
the rest
name?
of them forget your name.
Forever, comma, Emrys.
Okay. We can. I'll think about it, I guess.
Some of us chose to
Um,
forget our names. Don't
Mhm.
worry.
Mr. Pestilence? Well, I think the fastest way to the ground is out the window. So I will give you a lift. And she holds out her hands.
You can fly?
You can call it that. And she jumps off the window.
Oh,
Great.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. So how exactly are you is this you wanting to get all the way down to the ground level from here?
Yep.
Great.
Or a series of hops. So I know that
Yeah.
jumping down, she might hit like a, like a bridge or something, and then
Yeah.
hop down from there. And so it'll probably be a series of hops. But she knows that straight down is the fastest way.
Yeah, and I think this is probably a route that you personally have taken quite a bit. So we don't need a rote or anything like that here. Like you are the god of gravity, and this is a practice thing, and this is your home and whatnot.
Yeah. For the rest of them, you would all know, having spent enough time with her. I know Chance has done this before, where she takes a chance and just jumps down after her, and gravity will then use a rote to lessen the gravity on you if you choose to jump.
She's
You
doing
know
it right
that
now.
She will do that. Oh, she jumped. Got it.
so for Folly,
Through the rest
so
of
right
you,
now
your own way down.
I'm dressed as one of my familiars, which the wings reminded me. Like, would this be a rote? The one of the best examples of Folly is clearly Icarus, who flew too close to the sun. So, could I do something to summon Icarus's wings?
Yeah, I think so. I think tying it, yes, tying it to Folly may get to the end of Icarus's story, but I feel like that is appropriate here. Story, what are your thoughts of getting down? And then we'll go around and we'll make some rolls and see what happens.
So you know how sometimes in a book, the next chapter begins with "at the bottom of the tower."
Yes, you're gonna chapter break yourself to the bottom. Great.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I think overall, yeah, this is wonderful. So let's start with we'll start with the easy ones. Emrys, this is, like I said, this is a path that you have taken plenty of times. I think you're able to hop, do several, like you have hover and all of those things. You know, kind of gently land and bounce your way down successfully. It takes a while. You know, you're pretty far up. You'll have to like land and then kind of move over to another ledge and hop down again, and you're checking in with your new friend along the way. So you know, takes a little bit to get down there, but you are successful, and that's great. Chance. I, as a storyteller, am trying to be as faithful to you and your purview as possible, which makes me just want to have you roll a d6, and then I'm just going to do some vibes based on your roll.
Cool.
Great.
As soon as Emrys and PG go out the window, Chance just says, "We're doing this again," and then just jumps out after. And then I roll a 5.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think you are able to follow Emrys down without much effort. There's a bit of a stumble along the way. You land in an area that you did not intend to land in. You have to like go back inside, apologize to a couple of people, move
You
around
crash
to
a-
another window, jump into
Crash
a new
cabbage
spot.
cart.
Correct.
On the way down.
Oh,
Yeah.
your cabbages.
It's just all cabbages all the way down. Yeah. So you're able to get down as well, slightly delayed by the detour, but no harm, no foul. 5's pretty good roll on that. Story, I think go ahead and give me. Let's just do a presence plus weird roll for you.
Okay.
I don't
Cool.
think what you're doing quite requires a rote, but I do want to know how successful you are at storybooking your way around town.
Sure thing. 2, 5, 6, 2. Explode the 6. Another 5, so 3 successes.
Okay, great. I think this is probably a well practiced thing that you do to yourself. Just page break, and then you're at where you need to be. Teleportation is weird, but here we are. Yeah, so that's great. And then Folly, let's do some wings. Let's do a rote for these wings.
Okay.
I think that they would be built mostly with conjure and duration, and just duration only like 2. It's not. I mean, it's not going to take you that long to get down to the ground. But I am curious as to how long you want to have the wings, because you could keep them longer if you wanted.
That's just not the style he's feeling right now. He just wants them to get... You know what? No. He wants to look... Who doesn't like wings? Okay, but how much more in duration would I need to add in to keep them a while?
Yeah, so there's 2 situation types when you're performing a rote. There's controlled, and then there is a stressed. And stressed situations are like when we're in combat and whatnot. Controlled situations are most of the other times, and the difference is with controlled, you as a god have a time to kind of like center yourself and be like, yes, this is how I'm going to use my power. This is how I'm going to change the world around me. Stress situations, that's a little bit harder to do. But because we are currently in a controlled situation, the magnitude of rote effect is larger than a stress situation. So in this case, rank 1 of duration is a minute, which would be plenty to get you down to the ground. If you were to go all the way up to rank 10, which would be expensive, but you certainly can, that's a month. So rank 4, which would not increase your overall rote cost, that's up to an hour. And then rank 6 is a day, and that would be at a ×2 multiplier for the whole thing.
No, I'll just do a minute.
Okay. Yeah, so 1 rank in duration. And then, I mean, wings aren't particularly large. I think it's going to be 2 ranks in conjure.
Mhm.
And then, how does Folly feel about knowing the inspiration for these wings? And do you want to maybe add some guard into your rote in case they melt before you get to the ground?
Ooh. Yes. The idea in my head is, this might be too convoluted, but, you know,
Man,
I
I love
have...
it. Over-design this forever, please.
Okay, so I have breadcrumbs, and so
Okay.
the idea is to make just a little portion of myself, you know, create it, and make it like a sun, and then, oops, drop it down, and then as I descend, like the wings start to melt,
Mm-hmm.
and by the time I get to the ground, the wings have melted, and they're gone.
I love that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, so really, that's 3 points of Aether. This is a very inexpensive road for you to do. It's 1 in duration, and then 2 in conjure. Did you want to add any guard? It's here's what I'll preface this by saying. If when you're rolling to confirm your road, if you get a complication, you will have a complication.
Okay.
Guard
I'll-
might help with that, but also maybe it's folly to, think that far ahead. Who knows?
You
Your
sold
good
me
friend-
on the folly.
I need to be able to
so-
use your powers against you.
Yeah, you sold me. No guard.
Great.
I was gonna say,
So
your
it's going to
good chance
be
would encourage you
3
to not
points of
do it.
Aether. Do you have a degree discount wonder for either conjure or duration?
No, I wish I did.
Okay, so
But again, like I got rid of things to do like weapons and stuff, and now I'm realizing like I didn't need to do that. I'm not a weapon guy.
yeah, we
But,
could always change characters around. This is a new system for everyone.
Yeah.
I'm happy with mulligans like that once you get into things. So spend 3 points of Aether and then roll a single d6 and tell me what you get.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And in this case, a 6 does not explode.
Hey, that's a 6.
That's a 6. Okay, so that
I use my
that is
special d6.
That is a major bonus. So in this case, narratively, I need to come up with a major bonus that happens just while you are on your way to the ground. Yeah. Okay. So I think while you are on your way, you drop your little mote of sun, and the wings instinctually follow it. I think on your way to the ground, as you rocket past a bunch of open windows, the wind
I help the cabbage guy.
yeah, pause to save a cabbage. The wind from all of those things is going to just like knock a random item from someone's windowsill into your pocket. But you don't know what it is until you once again use what's in my pocket. So your major bonus for this is you're gonna get one of those uses today back again.
Sweet. I got to 4,
And you get to the ground just fine.
Oh no, I'm up to 3 now because I used
almost.
it twice.
Almost. You get there. There's like a 10-foot fall for you at the end because your wings are gone by the time you get there. So it's a little bit of a drop, but you're all right about it. Okay.
I do the cool superhero pose.
The moat
Overdone.
goes out.
Yeah. Overdone, and it was a folly. I thought it'd be so cool, but it was a folly to do that. And I think I should take 1 hit point of damage.
Great. I won't stop
Story's
you.
sitting there bored with
Yeah.
your delivery, like, wow, that's the best you came up with? Okay.
Chance is passing you all cabbages.
Just handing them out.
Did
It's
you
happened on the way
steal
down.
these?
No, they were given to me.
Define given.
I fell on them and I took them.
I do.
Define steal.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Great.
It's useless to argue with you.
The god of cabbages, he just he abides.
Such a giver.
Yeah.
So here we all are on the ground level for the Shining Garden. It is in Morgantown especially. It is a busy metropolis. Everywhere here is a busy metropolis. It is packed with people. You can think New York, Tokyo, like all of those places. It is packed. The fact that the Shining Garden, even though it is 100 miles across, the fact that we are actually limited in expansion space because the city is on the disk. Everybody goes up. New constructions are always higher than they are wider at this point. And there's always more people in the city. They just keep making more people because that's what people do. And gods are immortal effectively. It is very hard to kill one of you permanently. And so as more gods are plucked from the masses and given immortality, those are more bodies that don't die, and so it's a crowded place. Plus Fetch keeps making his Fetchborn. And so every now and then there's just another batch of robot people that come and enter the populace all at the same time. So the Shining Garden is dense but easy to navigate. All of the public transportation that is here, it's all divinely conjured and managed and taken care of. And so buses they don't break down. Stuff is on time. It's easy to get from one side of the city to the other in a couple of hours just using public transportation. It is all on ground level, though. There's nothing that flies here. It's all on the ground, and then you take elevators or stairs upward. So that can slow things down. But generally speaking, everybody is used to it at this point. So, but Pestilence General lets you know that you'll like access to the substrate. It's all over the place. He's not entirely certain where in the substrate his god is. Just knows that it's in there. And substrate access can happen a number of ways. There's, like manhole covers. There's hatches you can get into. There's access points for it all over. It's just what to do once you're inside there. Who knows?
Knowing Rat God, does Rat God try to keep their home a secret, or do they not really mind people knowing where they're at?
It's a great question. Pestilence turns to you and he says, normally, we live in the Garden District. We are an older god, and we have a home there. But I don't know. That doesn't feel that close. Maybe. I do know that I am too far from him to know where he is.
Were you with him when he went down there?
Yes.
Can I summon the book of PG's life and read where he left from?
Yeah. That's great. I
Oh.
love that. Okay. So this is going to be a rote.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be based in learn. And you're going to need 1 rank in duration just to give you time to like flip through it and know what it is. But then other than that, however much in learn you feel like spending will be the amount of information that I give you. I think if you go up to a rank, well, I guess how much you're just looking for the entrance point into the substrate that they had.
So essentially, like paging back their entire quest there. So I'm thinking probably like 4 or 5 learn, 1 duration to be able to like, if the book gave us a physical maze,
Sure.
follow PG's path through the maze to where they originated from the last time they saw Rat God.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
So,
I love
you think
that.
that's
Okay.
4 learn, 5 learn? Where would you put that?
I think
Could be higher than 5.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be I think let's do 5. Let's do
Okay.
5 ranks in learn. So it's gonna be 5 in learn, 1 in duration. And then because we went up to a 5, that's gonna multiply the entire cost of the rote by 2. So
Yep.
that becomes 12 total. And now we apply any discounts that you have.
No discounts for this one.
Okay,
So
great.
12 total.
So 12 total Aether. And go ahead and roll a d6 and let me know what you get.
A 5 that time.
A 5. Okay, so a minor bonus for this one. I think your minor bonus is I like that maze idea that you mentioned. And so as you're pulling a book from inside this rat, you're going to be able to keep that map with you. So you'll still need to traverse the same way, but you'll have a guide for it.
Sing it. Don't you all hate when authors put collectibles in their books? Diminishes the quality of the writing. If your book was good enough, you don't need fancy things at the start. We would all know where things are. And probably hands Chance the map, go, that's awful, and hands Emrys the map to hold on to, as they're the least likely to lose it, as I start paging back through PG's life story, trying to follow the story.
I really like it when they have like diagrams and maps and
You would.
photos. Yeah, okay. She just
And there's nothing wrong with that.
The map is very small. I mean, the book fit inside of a rat
Yeah.
who was already small for a rat. So you have a very like little like postage stamp sized map. You can still make out what is on there.
Or like
but
in this was back in like the late 90s, where sometimes for like very brief period, you could buy a bag of chips, and inside would be a tiny Goosebumps book.
Mhm.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep. It's a little comic book of the life of this familiar pestilence general.
Yes.
Chance.
Hi. I had a mechanics question. I rolled my omens. I
Yeah.
got a 6. So what do I do? I'm
Okay.
assuming I roll a d6 for each.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay,
So you're
so I
now
get
going to
to roll
roll
6.
66, and so these are now going to count as yeah. Roll those dice, and then I'll let you know what that means after.
Okay. So I have 1 6, 1 5, no, 2 5s, and 3 4s.
Okay, that's great. So record those numbers
Yeah.
separately.
Yeah.
And basically, what it means is you now for the day, you have these that you can replace
Yeah.
as total number of successes. So you're not replacing pips for pips, but you're saying I'm going to cash in my 6, and it counts for 6 successes.
And is this until we go to sleep?
Yeah. Omens is wild. I'm really glad that you took it. It's such a fun wonder. Yeah, because you could have rolled a 1 on that initial d6 and only had
Yeah.
1 omen for the day, but you
Yeah.
got a 6, which I feel is really appropriate because you're bonded to Rhyme, who's the crowned god of madness and dreams and nightmares and all sorts of things. And I personally, my headcanon for people that are bonded to Rhyme is that he spends a lot of time in your dreams.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, like, he's not necessarily bothering you in them,
Mhm.
but you know that he is there, and he pays attention to the things that you dream. And sometimes he interferes, sometimes he's just hanging out in the corner. But on days where you roll your omens and you get 6, you get that feeling that he has spent some extra time with you in your dreams or nightmares, however you view him hanging out. He's not necessarily an antagonistic figure. He just happens to be the god of terror. So he doesn't
Yeah.
mean to be bad, but he's just drawn that way.
Chance loves that. So
Yeah.
Right.
So 6 omens. That's awesome.
nice.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail that. I just needed to make
Yeah.
sure that I was understanding what it was.
Yeah, for sure. No derail at all. So yes, now we have a small map that leads back the path that PG has taken, and you start following it. It is a bit slower going this way because he has meandered kind of all over the place, and he was on foot for a large portion of this. But where he takes you to is in the Cobbles district, which I believe, Chance, your home is in the Cobbles,
Yes.
correct? Yes. So you wander the city for a little bit and into the Cobbles. The Cobbles is quite distinct from Morgantown. It doesn't have as many towers. It's still pretty dense on the ground, but the Cobbles was the first district to really expand from what the city was at its core, which it began as really a temple to fetch, and then people just started showing up, and eventually, after hundreds of years, you have a city around it. But the Cobbles was like the first district to really be codified as a district and kind of separate. And because of that, there's a lot of like the old meets the new. There's a lot of literal cobbled streets, a lot of things that are built with stone here, but then they build things on top of it. So there's new structures, new skyscrapers that are built on and around old homes that refuse to leave. There are still some things that are tiled and thatched, and there's, depending on the god that lives there or the family that has held onto the piece of property, they might want to keep it traditional looking and refuse any sort of modern upgrades. But the focal point of the Cobbles is a location called Miracle Mansion, which is this floating stadium with a mansion in the middle where a lot of people solve their disputes through dueling, and people bet on those things. And you head over there, and directly beneath Miracle Mansion is where the map leads you to. And Pestilence General says to you that he stops on in front of an access door that's on the side of a wall, and he says, "This is where we went. He was unconscious, and this is where we went. But this was a long time ago that we went in here. I don't know how I got into your home, but this is where we went a long time ago with him."
That just makes more questions. See, I don't know if time feels the same for rats. So I'm not sure if a long time ago for you is, well, certainly not going to be a long time ago for them, but I don't know, it'd be a long time ago for me. So that doesn't tell us much, unfortunately. He was unconscious? Is nobody else hearing this?
I hear it.
Sometimes gods go unconscious.
Right, but I'm pretty sure that's different. So you were brought here then. Do you know by what?
People?
Not gods?
No.
People.
We'd seen one of the gods before, and that's when he went asleep. We were at we were up very high.
Kidnapped you.
We were up very, very high and talked to someone that I did not like. And then they had an argument. And then some people arrived. There was more fighting. And then he was unconscious, and then we went in here.
This rat saw. Can I thumb back a few more pages to the description of the god that they didn't like when they were fighting?
Yeah, so you go back away. So as you're thumbing backwards, there's a lot of time with Pestilence General just hanging out in the substrate. Just like wandering around. It's clear that he is with his god down there. Months hanging out. And you're flipping back and you're flipping back, and you eventually come to he had been talking to a god that, gosh, you're all so old, you probably recognize this person. Go ahead and roll. Let's do a brains plus weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna abstain from rolling for this one since I'm so new.
Are we all rolling?
Just story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 4s.
I thought it was like if everyone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just story. Unless do you think other people can look at this book too?
Physically, yes, but if it's a rat-sized book in his hand, probably not. Because
I just mean if they can also read the pages, or if this is something that only you can interpret.
No, I think he, if possible, literally just pulled the life story out of this rat and just has it in a physical matter.
Okay, I have to know, are any of you familiar with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Oh my gosh.
I've heard of it.
There's a character named Kishibe Rohan, and he has this ability to read people's stories. Like their face will open up and it'll be their life story, and from there he can like edit it. And
yeah,
it's
horrifying stuff.
It is
Terrible.
horrifying.
I also realized I'm essentially playing Legend Lore the character, which has to be awful for a DM. That at any point I can be like, tell me every detail about every NPC's life at any time.
Yeah, it's fine. I just have to adjust. I'll figure out ways around it. We're good. Yeah, in that case, Chance and Folly, if either of you wish to look at the book, I don't know if you do, but if you are looking at the book, you can make a roll as well.
Sure, why
What
not?
are we rolling again?
Presence plus weird. Sorry,
Presence or brain?
brains plus weird.
Ooh,
I was like,
okay.
that would give me a lot more dice.
Yeah.
Brains. Same dice. That's one
would like-
success
I
and
would
3
like to-
threes.
I would like to use my 4 successes.
Great. Yeah, so four successes. That's such a good wonder. Yeah, so four successes then for Chance, one success for Folly. You with those, you actually just by happenstance know the same things. Chance, you know it because of your omen and how well you rolled. Folly, you know this because this is your neighbor. At the it is a god of gemstones named Flawless that lives at the top of Tower 73. The very, very peak of Tower 73 is a place called Vertex. It is the highest place in the Shining Garden, and it is a club of ill repute. And Flawless is effectively a mob boss. Yeah, so everyone in Tower 73 knows about it, and everybody in the city really sort of knows about Vertex. But it is in Morgantown, and it is, because it is the highest point in the city, people conceptually know about it. But it's also pretty rare that anybody goes there. It's hard to get to. It's hundreds of stories up. It's a bougie and maybe a little scary place, depending on who you are.
I think Chance would love it. I think she would.
Yeah, and so this character, this god, is who the god of rats was with and arguing with, and it was in Vertex.
Okay. So can I summarize what I think we have learned so far?
Yeah.
I'm probably very wrong. So, I heard something about a cult. Am I wrong already?
Well, I said, he probably got kidnapped by like the cult or like the followers of another god.
Okay.
Is
okay,
what I said.
See. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay then. So basically, I'm clear then, because it is
Great.
that these two gods fought, and it's likely that the followers took the rat. Took RPG. Excuse me.
So definitely the god is in the substrate. God of Rats is confirmed down in there, and then the other one that he argued with is back in Morgantown.
So. Okay.
And so the rat kind of taps on the door with a little hand. It's like, we're gonna go this way?
Sure.
Yeah, if that's where Rat God is, we should go in there, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so I've heard of this guy. Never seen them. Never been up there, because why would I do that? Because you seem to know this guy. Like, I don't know, do you know what kind of things he does? I mean, we have to have an idea of what to expect, right? Like, just people.
No.
I don't know. I'm guessing a whole bunch of thugs.
If you expect things, you're only setting yourself up for failure when what you're expecting doesn't happen. That's why plot twists are so fun. And also, he's up in the tower, we're going down below.
Right, but
But if
I
you
mean,
don't
I don't
overthink
think-
things, then you can't make a plan of action.
I don't
Chance
think
is just
you
going
would
to open up-
kidnap a god and then leave him unattended is just what I'm saying.
It's
There's
been
only
rat
one way to find
months.
out.
Okay. Just open the thing.
Yeah. Opens the latch, starts heading down.
Yeah. It's it's all, so the interior of the substrate is all going to be very repetitive. So structurally, it is made of smooth, kind of what appears to be marble. Maybe it's very similar to the stuff that the Citadel itself is made of, Fetch's home. It is the same material that the disc is made of. It's not quite marble, but similar, kind of alabaster. It's very smooth. So inside here is all white, kind of a pale gray. There aren't seams in the walls or the floors or anything like that. It's just a solid carved thing that the city rests on top of. The only gaps that appear are other doors or tunnels or what have you. And so you enter into what I guess is the first floor, and then we'll go down kind of basement levels. And Pestilence just hops down and starts leading. This is a long trek that everyone is going to be on. It is on foot at the pace of a rat, and he's just content to head sort of back the way he thinks he came. He's retracing some steps from a long time ago, whatever that happens to mean for him. But he seems confident, at least in where he's leading everyone.
PG, would you like to sit on my shoulder?
Okay.
Okay.
I scrabbles right up.
Just point me in the direction.
Please go that way.
Okay.
Yeah, and as Mr. Pestilence is leading Chance through, I think I'm walking right behind them, like squinting at the tiny map, just in case I feel like we're veering in the wrong direction. Just in case. Not that I don't trust Mr. Pestilence, but he's a rat. So
I don't know what you're implying. Yeah. And so Ratatouille style, Pestilence just sort of guides, little tugs this way now this way.
Great.
There are a couple of moments where you get to a place that is it's much easier for him to traverse than everyone else. And that occasionally leads to a bit of a delay as you look around and find a new way to go through an area that only a rat could fit through or what have you. And without any further interference from any of you, you travel for 3 or 4 hours, maybe. It's a long, slow walk. There's a lot of turns. There's a lot of what feel like backtracks, but then you get to where you think you would have been before, and it's a different area, and you go around. It's confusing down here for something that is supposed to be easy access for the city. And then you go down 2 more levels, and you go down 2 more levels until you're down to level 6, and he's getting his descriptions and directions are getting. He's feeling nervous. You can tell, Chance, while he's sitting on your shoulders. He's had a bit of a jovial time telling you which way to go, and it's been like a fun game. And now he's getting quieter, and his directions are getting shorter. Just like, turn left, please. Turn right, please.
Are you okay?
Well, we're getting close, and it's bad there, and it's bad there for him, but I'm glad that we're getting close, but it's bad there for him.
If you need to hide, you can hide in my hair.
Could I have done that this whole time?
Yes.
He goes into your hair.
Okay. Can you see?
Yeah. No. And he comes back out.
Well, here. She parts her hair just a tiny bit, so only 2 little rat eyes can poke out.
Oh, perfect. And he just peeks out a little bit.
Bad how?
Oh. What? Well, he's down there and he's dead, but he's not dead. And not in the way that gods get dead, but in a different way.
Like he's sleeping
Like you...
a little too soundly? But he's... No.
No. People took him apart.
Apart.
And now he's there. But he's not, because like Like normally when gods die, you go into that cocoon, right?
Yeah.
Like you turn into a cocoon of stuff. He didn't do that, so he's not
No,
dead,
he's in
which is good.
pieces. And
They
somehow
Drawn and
still...
quartered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taken
Okay.
over.
So there's a god in pieces, not dead, but in pieces.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. This is fine.
But you're gods, and you'll help.
Yeah,
Right.
there are 4 of us.
Freaking
Of
out.
course.
The god
just
is
gotta
in
find the
pieces.
goddess. We just gotta find the goddess stitching and stitch them back together.
Okay, that's not what worries me. I don't want to end up in pieces. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure we can stitch them back together again. That's not an issue.
Emrys, I won't let anything bad happen to you. Don't you trust me?
You will let whatever's gonna happen probably happen.
Absolutely not.
Okay. No, this is fine. Okay, Mr. Pestilence?
Mm-hmm.
Are the people that... how do I phrase this? I
Took
don't know.
them apart?
Separate? Yeah, yes.
Mhm.
Still, like, were they there when you left?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, they are.
Not all
Oh,
of them,
this is-
but some
okay.
of them.
Nope, that's fine.
The
Did they
the
have
main one.
weapons?
The main one. There's one, and then there's a one, and then some ones, and then, but the main
Okay.
one stays there,
They
and
have a
then the
leader.
other ones do stuff.
Okay.
They go out.
okay.
They got weapons
Um,
and stuff. So, yeah.
Great. We should have gone for backup. It's too late now. We're 4 hours down into the substrate where nobody can hear us scream.
I can hear you scream. It'll be fine.
Do you,
And also, the
do you-
monsters down here can hear us scream. It'll draw attention. We can get more aid.
I don't
We
know
could
if
lead you out if you wanted, but I would like recommendations for other helpers then.
No, it's okay. We can
Yeah.
do this. We can do this. You are
We can-
all very
He claps his little rat hands. We can do
old
this.
and have been gods for a very
Exactly.
long time. So if you all think this
Mhm.
is okay, then I think this is okay.
And we've been gods for a very long time too.
Yeah.
We,
PG.
Oh.
well, you've been
Yeah, me
with.
and yeah.
Oh, that's cute. You're cute. We're gonna put him back together, okay?
Thank you.
Somehow.
Hey, just in case we lose you, let me. And I'm going to use breadcrumbs to
Nice.
create just a small bit of my divinity. I'm going to say, here, eat this.
I
what
thought
is
you
it?
were gonna make him a collar.
I thought about it, but then I thought the eating would be
Cuter.
fun too.
He he comes up and he sniffs it and he's like, "That smells not like food." But what is it?
Just eat it.
Okay, and he does.
Yeah. Excellent. Now, until I decide otherwise, we can keep track of you just in case we get separated.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I will
Does anyone
never let
else
anything bad
want
happen
one?
to you.
No,
I'm
I
all good.
Uh,
I
Okay.
don't like being tracked.
well,
That's fair.
I'm tethered to all of you, so I can feel where you are. I don't think it works backwards, but it's okay. I'll be fine. This is fine. We're fine.
That's fine. Mine doesn't work backwards either. So
How much?
And if I get kidnapped,
further
I can just
ahead?
go home.
Right, you can do that. I can't do that.
yeah.
How much further ahead?
I don't know. A little bit.
Okay, a little bit.
All right.
All right. And she starts walking again and doing like breathing exercises
Yeah.
to like calm herself down.
And you are getting into an area where you are starting to hear sounds of life. You hear like market sounds and just like people existing. And he leads you into an area that then opens up kind of like a large cistern, and it's just a little ramshackle village here. It's not super huge or anything like that, but there's still 50 or 60 people in this point. There are some stands that are up. They are very clearly doing some bartering and some swapping from things that they've collected from the city, perhaps. There are also a thing that Story, you have known of the factual existence of these people. I'll leave it up to the other three what you think. But there's a group within the city that are called Badfish. One word. They are an ancient cult that was over the years systematically altered and changed by their god to resemble weird little lumpy scaly things with big mouths. And then their god was disposed of, and they are left to their own devices, pretty much. So they are technically human, but they have been divinely altered, like on a genetic level, to be lumpy little weirdos. And they choose to live in the substrate. They're pretty horrifying to look at in general. Very like callus covered, large mouths. They are, for all intents and purposes, fine and regular functioning citizens of the city, but they make children cry a lot. So they live in the substrate where children rarely go. But there's maybe a dozen badfish here, and the rest they just look like regular people. You know, they're not. This isn't like a homeless encampment or anything like that. There's just people that live down here sometimes. And this is a market that has opened up.
Yeah. I don't think Emrys realized that people choose to live down here. She knows people come down here, like the engineers and the ones that like re-up some of like the rituals and stuff to keep things going. But I don't think she realized like people lived down here, and she's just sort of gawking at everyone and at everything.
What do you think?
About
Marketplace.
Your first trip into the substrate.
okay. I don't know if I want to make up my mind yet. There is
You want to go shopping?
I don't know if I want to get too close to whatever that is.
She's gonna ask.
Lobby people.
She's gonna ask PG. Is it through the marketplace that we need to get to?
Yeah, it's through it. It's on the other side, and then a little bit more. But this was the easiest way for you to make it.
Do you think any of them saw the god being dragged through in pieces?
I don't know.
We can
No.
ask.
He was full
And
until
then just got
until later.
okay. So, do you think anybody saw a god being dragged down here?
I don't know.
Maybe
I
we
mean,
can...
gods probably walk down here all the time. I doubt it would be something to notice, but we can always ask.
Can I
I
do
mean, an
something
unconscious
wild?
god would be something to notice. Please do.
Chance is gonna walk towards where the crowds are gathering. Is going to shout, "Has a god been dragged through here lately?"
Heads turn and look and see you. You get much the same reaction as when you're up top and calling out to a group of humans. Some of them don't want to make eye contact. They don't want to look at you. They don't want to do any of those things. But a couple of them are just like, well, today? No. Before? Maybe.
When was the last time?
One of the badfish stand up, and he's got very like, his mouth is just quite large. There's a lot of extra teeth that are in there, regular teeth, just extra. And he's like, it's been a bit, probably, several months, maybe a year.
What did the god look like?
I mean, sleepy. I don't know. It wasn't anything weird. It's just a regular type.
Oh,
But-
okay.
A god getting dragged is not weird.
I mean,
There's a lot
sometimes
of
they
gods.
get drunk. Yeah.
Some of
Okay,
them are very strong. Are you a very strong one or a not very
Yes.
strong one?
I am incredibly strong.
Maybe you're the god of lying.
I'm not.
She is.
Sounds like what the
Aren't
god of
you?
lying would say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It does sound like what the god of lying would say. Yeah.
The way you said that, the confidence, yeah, that's
Yeah.
very.
Did you? Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you shopping today?
Maybe. Do
Okay.
you know what these people
You should do it.
dragging the
It'd be
god
respectful.
looked like?
Yes, I
Can
do.
you tell us?
I could.
Please do so.
He kind of looks down at the assortment of just random stuff
Oh
on
my
the
God.
bench in front of him.
What's in the bench in front of him? I'm gonna have to
It's
buy
it's just
something.
things. Like there's like a pair of pants, there's a wrench. It's just like tools and objects that people might need
Okay.
just in daily life. There's nothing like weird or fancy here. It's all just regular junk.
Oh wow! Look at your wares. How much for this wrench, kind?
Aha.
sir?
And this is where we get to kind of break the fourth wall a little bit. I, as a game designer, hate currency in games. I think it's dumb. And so currency in this game is mostly hand waved. The gods provide so many things for the people that live in the Shining Garden. You don't really need to spend money on a bunch of stuff. So that means that things like art and poetry and sculpture and stuff are all very highly prized because you're spending your actual time and you're spending your labor and hours of your life. And so a lot of people barter with things like that. We also kind of use the impress skill as to fall back on for wealth. But generally speaking, if you want to buy something, you have money. However money works in this game, I don't know. But yeah, so he gives you an answer that is reasonable. He's not trying to bilk you for
Lovely.
anything. Yeah.
She will pay for the wrench plus like a little extra.
He goes, aha, thank you.
She will take the wrench.
He hands it to you
put
with
it
like
in-
reverence. Like this is the best wrench clearly that you could ever have.
Yeah.
And he
puts
says,
it in her pocket.
I did see the people that brought the one that was regular type through here. There's a group that operates out of the back and down and around a corner. They aren't gods, but they are all almost like you. They use a bunch of your stuff to do things. There's anywhere between 5 and 10 of them at any given moment, probably. They're led by a magpie, I can tell you that much. And then for the 4 of you, magpies are, this is common knowledge, it's just a term for people in the city that use the detritus that gods' rotes and rituals leave behind to their own benefit. They'll make items, they'll make potions, things like that they can sell. They'll make little trinkets of protection, kind of think like John Constantine. So there's people that just like follow around, collect a bunch of stuff, and then turn it into other things. That's what a magpie is.
Okay.
And so this badfish says they're led by a magpie, and she outfits them. So they're people, but
But they can
they have weapons,
do stuff
tricks, probably.
and apparently cut gods apart.
I don't know about that part, but probably.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Do you know how many
Thank you for
of
buying
them
the wrench.
passed by with this sleepy god?
Oh, at the time, maybe 4. There was
Okay.
definitely 2 of them carrying him, and then she was leading them, and then they have their muscle as backup. Oh, and the robot was with them too. They had one of them.
Okay. Okay. All right. We can. Those are not bad.
You'll be fine.
Thank
You're
you.
gods.
Thank you so much. And she like turns back to the other 3. That's not bad, right?
No, I have my
super
giant
easy.
hammer. Yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay.
They use our waste.
Great.
They use
Great.
our waste.
Yeah. Right.
What's
Right.
the,
Look,
Good for
they're
them.
waste.
What can
What
they
is
do?
That? What is that against the power of a god? Right?
Exactly. We can always
Yeah.
just write them out of existence if we don't like them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they did rip a god apart, but you
And we
know,
can
there's
rip them
4 of
apart.
us.
I mean, honestly, good
There's
for
4
them.
of us. No,
we can
this
rip
is
them
fine.
apart.
We'll
Yeah.
let's keep going before I change my mind.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah.
we'll probably keep going next game session. So let's keep going momentum, but we're not really doing it until later. So just
Absolutely.
memorize that excitement for going forward. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end for today.
Yay!
Hopefully everybody enjoyed themselves. I had a great
yeah.
time. Whenever the players get to do something that I have not seen before, I love it. And even when they don't, I love it. So I think let's just go around and we'll say all of the regular outro stuff that everybody is very used to. We're gonna go ahead and start with Sean.
Cool. Yeah. Well, thank you for running this episode 1 of 3, and we'll have 2 more, and it will be chaos. I am Sean. I use he/him pronouns. I've been playing Story, who also uses he/him pronouns, and I can be found all across the internet at Help Action Needed, including here on the Twitch, on the podcast, and on the YouTube. Yuri.
Yeah, hello everyone. Once again, my name is Yudi. That is Y-U-R-I. My pronouns are she, they, and I was playing Emrys, the goddess of gravity. Her pronouns are she, her. You can go ahead and find me at Yudi and the Beast absolutely everywhere on the interwebs. Mika.
Hi, I'm Mika. My pronouns are he, him, and today I was playing Folly. Pronouns also he, him. The easiest way to find me is to go to roll d5, ROLE D5, on any platform, and then you'll find the beacons link, and within the beacons link, it'll show everyone who's involved with roll d5. So just scroll down a little bit and find Mika. Or you can do beacons.ai/Mika McIntosh, Mika MCINTOSH. Okay, bye.
Me. Gloria. Glow Pinksta. Charm Party. I played Chance. We both have she, her pronouns. And this is very fun. Thank you, Damon.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody again for playing and for really just like diving in hard and just really embracing the system and the world and everything like that. My name is Damon Van He. My pronouns are he, him. I have been your storyteller, who is just me. I am particularly bad at the internet, but you can find me at Damon Van He all over the place. And if you wanted to be a cool kid and also play this game, if you go to formerlyferalgames.com, that's the name of my game company, you can buy it. It's there. You can get a copy of it, and it's rad. And then I get some money and I can keep writing.
Yay!
So that's the dream, I guess. Yeah, but that's all I have. Thank you again to the players and to Sean for letting me take over the channel for a little bit. That's everything. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Great.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.